Yo, what is up, everybody? And welcome back to another Geeks 5 Ever podcast. I am your host, the one, the only, King Mexico, Jesse Goku. Aquí estamos con el Geeks 5 Ever podcast, presentado con Telemundo. And the thing is still up that says podcast starting soon. I forgot to take that down.
Audio only today.
Oof. Oof.
There you go.
All right, and joining me as always are my co-hosts, the host with the most, Jace.
I'm down here now.
Yeah, you're down.
Hands today.
He's a bottom today.
Power bottom.
Now we need 3 more people and we can make it a Brady bunch.
Yeah. And always is the man that runs the skinny, the man with the plan, Sonic.
Hello.
And the one, the only, the infamous SJ, the host of Geeks 5 Ever podcast, the home of SJ's cleavage, which we are severely disappointed today. I apologize.
We'll make up for it.
Factors.
And joining us are 2 very special guests. The people's champion, the phenomenal one, the next big thing, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla, Iron Maddie?
Wow, that was awkward.
I know, that was weird. And
big introduction then.
I know. I forgot the name. I'm sorry.
A wet fart just like
Iron Biohazard, Maddie, and Brad. and Brad's here. Brad Duct. No, the intro is actually meant for Brad.
It is.
Then midway through it just went.
I just changed it. I changed it at the last minute, like halfway through it.
It's like that
Jimmy audible on yourself and fucked up.
Yeah, like that's why today's word is oof.
Yeah, like that. It's like that Jimmy Neutron episode where it's like funky jam dance party with some science.
Oh, we have our first commenter for the stream. Chris Redfield says hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Chris Redfield's here.
Hello.
Yes, we already have the Resident Evil people popping in. So, joining us, welcome back. First off, we want to say thank you and welcome back, Brad. And for the first time, Iron Biohazard, Maddie. Welcome for the first time. Thank you for being on here. Thank you for agreeing to be on here. Your check's in the mail.
Yeah, sorry for all the technical issues I'm having. I'm trying to do my laptop, but then it didn't want to. It wanted to fight me. So I'm like, phone it is, I guess.
Yes, phone it is.
Wow, you sound like you're officially calling into a radio show, Maddie.
I know it does sound like a radio show. I didn't want to say anything.
Well, next caller.
Radio show.
Take requests.
Yeah, we're taking callers. Remember, and ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our podcast, we wanted to talk to you about a very important announcement. We're going through coronavirus for almost an entire year now, and for as little as $99 for $9.99 a month, we will send you pictures of Jace's feet or SJ's cleavage.
We've determined that Goku has the feet fetish here because he's the only one who brings that thing up.
Yeah, that is kind of sus right there.
Look, I'm just trying to make a buck. Okay,
about that for months and we haven't done it. So
look, I'm just trying to make a buck. Okay, and you guys, obviously, you're white. You're gonna sell. If I wanted to see barefooted Mexicans, I'd go to the Home Depot. I can say it because I'm Mexican.
good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Our ratings went up, actually. The people on Twitch are like, we were summoned?
I heard there's feet here.
Oh my God.
Feet.
We must.
All right, so all right, before we begin anything, there's a couple things that we wanted to bring up. We just found out recently on Sunday that one of the people that worked on Resident Evil: The Village had passed away. So Geeks Fiber would like to send out their thoughts and prayers to their family.
If you want to be more specifically, Jeanette Mouse, who was the actress involved in Resident Evil Village, sadly passed away after a battle with with cancer at the age of 39 this past Sunday. Let's a quick skinny. How about that?
Yeah, let's do a quick skinny.
All right. So basically, Capcom, their response, they released a statement about it. It says, "We're here at Capcom. Our RND1 are deeply saddened to hear about the passing. The talented actress who helped bring several different characters, including our witches, to the world in Resident Evil Village. Our hearts go out to her family and loved ones." So it's pretty sad, especially all the buzz that came after Resident Evil 8, and now it's going to come out in May. So it's really sad, Obviously, cancer sucks. Fuck cancer. Let's be like we all agree here.
Fuck cancer.
Yeah. Fuck you, cancer. I'll see you out in the parking lot.
Yeah. So sadly, she was battling colon cancer for like the past 8 months. So sadly, she passed away of colon cancer.
Also, more skinny news. That's your cue, Sonic.
Gotcha. All right, the handy D clipboard. All right, might as well do the skinny now. All right, so I think one of the big news going on right now is people wondering what the heck. Why is everyone talking about GameStop this week?
Don't they have like a new Funko Pop or something?
No, it's more like people are making a shit ton of money, and Wall Street doesn't want people to spend that much money. So basically, the gist is people on Reddit are buying lots of shares in GameStop to help raise the price of the stock. Doing this will make billionaires who bet GameStop stock to fall will lose a ton of money, and apparently everyone's having a field day about it. That's pretty much been the talk of the town. Another one actually yesterday happened. After 10 years, Roger Craig Smith, being the voice of Ezio in Assassin's Creed, Chris Redfield, and the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, announced yesterday he is departing the role of Sonic the Hedgehog, leading to many speculation wondering, what happened. Did he decided not to go? It's been a lot of news going on, so kind of a rough start for the 30th anniversary of Sonic. And Godzilla vs. Kong, the date got moved, but not in a bad way. It got moved for a couple of days, so it will still come out in March in theaters and HBO Max. And speaking of HBO Max, a Harry Potter TV series has been announced for HBO Max coming next year. We don't know much about it. It's just a report, so it's a wait and see on that. And that's pretty much the skinny.
That's the skinny. Oh, also, for those of you that were interested in the GameStop stock, I think it was almost at $400 as of last night, but it dropped this morning. Also, for wrestling fans out there, Peacock has announced that they will be acquiring the WWE Network in March. All of the WWE content will be going to Peacock. You can sign up for $4.99 a month or $9.99 a month, but they are still to release more information on that. And with that, that is all the news you need to know for this week, at least that we can remember off the top of our heads. But, going back to the reason why I don't have the information or her name in front of me, because I have to run, when I run the Restream program, I don't run anything else because it'll make the performance of the computer drop. But I think it's really scary that she was only 39 years old.
Yeah.
And she passed away. That was
yeah. And she was actually, she actually set up a GoFundMe while battling the disease, cancer. And it basically was to help her, with medical bills and all that. And sadly, after she passed away, people still rate. They actually made that goal of for funeral costs and expenses and all that.
Right. I had just found out, right when I shared it in our group chat, that's when I had just found out. Last night. I didn't even know.
No, it was most people didn't know that it happened this past Sunday. Yeah, it was like a couple days that the news broke about that. So my condolences to her family.
Right. Well, with that being said, let's move on to our guest today. I know it's kind of like, oh, why are they doing the skinny? We're the guests. We don't do the daily podcast anymore, so we got to cover 2 weeks this week. Week and a half, actually. A week and a half's worth of content in a single day, because we now do it Fridays, and every other week we do it on Wednesdays as well.
We do it in a more manageable time frame than every day.
Yeah, we stopped seeing each other that often. So actually, I'm a little bit happier now.
That's a bad sign.
No feet pics for you.
Oh, fuck you. Damn it. What did I just say about the rating change? God.
That went right out the window.
Yeah, no, that went right out the window. Anyway, so thank you for joining us again, Brad. And thank you for joining us for the first time, Maddie. Thank you so much. We've been trying to get you on the show for a while. We've had Brad multiple times to talk about stuff that Brad does.
I said that Brad's not allowed on until Maddie gets back on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did say that. We did. Okay, the next time he comes on here, it'll be a dual guest thing. It would be the significant other, the better half, as Jace says.
You have to legally say that.
Yeah,
Or
we're
else
required
someone
to.
comes in your room and punches you.
Yeah, one of the new executive orders.
wise.
Yeah, technology-wise, not better, but the better half. The more rational.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Maddie, I think that's your cue to start talking.
No.
Tell us all the weird shit.
We're like, you're just gonna sit there and take our compliments without saying anything. These compliments aren't free. You got to start like interacting with our audience.
No. I love Brad to pieces. If anything, sometimes he's the other better half of me because, like, when it comes to setting up all this stuff, as I said, trying to do it on my laptop and everything, it's just not wanting to go through. And I'm like, Brad, help.
Technology illiterate, help, please, help.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna have
let's
to go
talk
and
about
upgrade our stuff.
So the last time,
Go
when was the last time Brad was on the show?
A couple months ago.
Early December, I think.
No,
Or
Yeah,
no,
I think
it had to be
it was late
November.
November.
no,
Yeah,
because
It was November.
he was on here before I had COVID.
It was November,
Right?
probably early November.
Was it? I think it was even
We did-
October.
I know it wasn't December.
It was probably October.
I don't know. It's on the VOD. We can go look up the date.
Yeah,
Because-
I'll look it up right now while you guys are debating.
Sorry.
It was on a Tuesday.
He's freezing, and it was a still frame. I was like,
Thinking.
so what
was
have you
known
been
as
up
the
to, man?
most
First off,
memorable day.
how was y'all's holiday? By the way, I know we haven't gotten to see or talk to y'all in a while. How was y'all's holiday?
Oh, not too bad, honestly. I got to spend time with family in a socially distanced kind of way. Sister had a kid, which I've seen a photo of, and that's about as close, which I understand why. Yeah, I got an Oculus Quest 2. Maddie did too. We use them for workouts. They're amazing. I love Beat Saber. I kill my arms for about a half hour to an hour every day playing it. Maddie just got hers in because it was like, at first she asked what I wanted for Christmas, and I'm like, okay, I'll be simple. I just want one thing. So I want an Oculus Quest 2. And then she's all like, I don't know about VR for me. But as soon as I got it, she goes, oh, I want to play it all the time. And I'm like, then go get your own Oculus.
This is mine.
And she did, and you've what, had it for 2 or 3 days right now? She's been playing it like mad.
Yeah, just 2 days so far. I've played about 40 minutes of Beat Saber earlier today. Before this,
Oh yeah. How your arms feeling right now?
they're okay. They're a little noodly, but not quite lead.
Well, let us know tomorrow.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
feel it tomorrow. Oof.
About Ring Fit, I know I'll be feeling it even more.
Yeah. We got the Ring Fit for her for the Switch that she's been using a lot. I want to use it, but they hand you these tiny little bands for like the arm and the leg, and I've got monstrous tree trunk legs that I'm just like, well, that's not going to work. Here you go, Maddie. I wasted my money.
For someone like me, I actually use Ring Fit. It's it's a really good game, like for exercising wise. Like you feel it real intense. There's some moments where it's like, okay, they're gonna just throw a curveball, be like, hey, you know how you say you don't want to do planking? Well, you're gonna have to do it to move forward.
Oh God!
And this part, you gotta squat, and just like jump off these springs. I'm like, oh God! I was like,
I've seen some of the workouts they make those people do. Like that was painful. That's a lot. Like 30 squats in a row. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm actually it's a really good one. It actually gives you a beat. It makes you motivated to like keep going and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I definitely recommend it.
Especially like however, like depending on like the next day, it's like okay, I did enough squats and core work the next day. I want to work on my arms and legs the next day. So I actually do like that combination. Right,
and like also it for me, I got it because the gym I was going to wasn't opening, so I was like, hey, I gotta like work out or something like that. And then Ring Fit came, and like at one point they were selling out fast. Like it was hard to find it, and then they restocked it. And I was like, all right, I got it.
Didn't we get ours through like Amazon or something?
Yeah,
no, I got it at Target.
We got it right when they restocked because a lot of people were buying it because of quarantine.
Mm-hmm. And also, yeah, it's just like how most consoles like are like sold out too. Like GameStop, every time like I go to a GameStop, they always say, "Hi, we don't have any consoles right now." No, we don't. Also, the same people with PS5.
That's how I got my fucking PS4 Pro, dude. I bought one from GameStop and I bought it online and it said they had it in stock.
Mhm.
And I called the guy, hey, I'm calling to confirm order. No, we don't have consoles in stock. But an hour later, I get my email. Your order is ready for pickup at
they
the
look like-
exact same location. They said they didn't have it.
And they look like clowns.
They no, the guy looked pissed.
He's like, fuck.
I wanted this. Ah, man, but that was fucking hilarious. I had a good chuckle.
It's always good walking into a GameStop going like, hi, I know what your procedures are. I would like this. Oh, well, we can look for that. No, we're going to get this. I know it's here.
I know you have one in the back. I work for this shithole.
Oh god, what was it that we were trying to pre-order for Resident Evil Village? It was that whole like, oh well, we'll get as many as needed, and we're just like, no, that does not sound right.
Oh yeah, like when the RE came out, I think I went like 45 minutes after it got announced because I was at work and I couldn't get to a stop right off the bat. And 45 minutes later, they were all sold out. So I had to buy like a third party, like I got like a Japanese Leon figure, which is the same thing. And I wasn't able to get the rest. So when RE3 got announced, because I remember it was supposed to be the work Christmas party, I beelined right to a GameStop as soon as I saw that. And I'm getting like text messages from Maddie. She's like, "You're supposed to be here. It's the family company. You're supposed to be here." And I'm like, "I'm getting reservations," and I got them. And they're like, "Well, each store only has a set amount that they can get in because it's an expensive price." Go like, "Oh, we'll order like 40 of them if not everyone picks them up." And so when Resident Evil Village got announced, I wanted the Chris Redfield figure because I saw the data leak they released like months ago. And I thought we were one with the weapons case. That's the Japan one. So I'll try and order that later. So I call them and I'm like, hey, this just announced. You guys have done this within the hour of the past 2 years. Oh, well, we don't have anything in the system yet. And I go, okay, that's fine. That's normal. That happens. And he's like, well, don't worry about it. You can just come pre-order it whenever you want to. We'll take as many pre-orders as we can. And I'm that's not how GameStop's pre-order works unless you suddenly changed after like 8+ years of this. And the next morning, go ahead. What?
I was like, "This ain't it, Chief."
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's not how it works. The next morning, it dropped online, and I got it, and I guess it sold out in like 5 or 6 hours online. But it's everyone's all. One of our friends from St. Louis is like, "Oh, we wanted to pre-order it." And I'm like, "I'll make you a deal. You guys can have the rest of the stuff that comes special edition. I just want the Chris figure." And they're not the figures aren't hard to find. 6 to 8 months afterwards, you can buy like when they first come out, people were trying to hawk like the RE3 Jill figure for like $250, and I'm like, it's not worth that because honestly, July of this past year, I found one for $50 online. It was just a Japanese one. It's the same thing, except the Jill figure base was just slightly different. But we got reservations in, and we pre-ordered them. So look.
Was it just the figures or like the game? It comes with the game and all that, right? All that stuff.
So the special edition we got was. Go ahead, Maddie.
Also, like the game, I can think like some art book thing. No, not an art book. It was.
Yeah.
God. You can build.
Go ahead.
But
I guess I'll finish.
What?
You spouses.
No,
I know.
Choked down when we were on the phone. When I was driving on the freeway on my way home to start the podcast, I had like choked down Whataburger, and now it's just like
stuck there.
Now it's like coming back. It's like I've returned.
Revenge of Whataburger. But no, it's the special editions like the last two that came on out. You get like a box that it comes in, something like the 2 and 3 were like the item chest. You get an art book, you get a map, you get like a hard kit, and then you get like the DLC, like the special edition of the game. So it skins and the extra weapons packs. Like it's supposed to have like you start out with the Samurai Edge, like the Albert Wesker or something like that. I don't know. My whole point of this game is to shoot the tall vampire lady and have fun as Chris Redfield. Oh,
that's right. Y'all gonna be a lot of people gonna be real mad when that game comes out. You got to shoot tall lady in the face.
Victorian dominatrix vampire lady. Okay.
And I bet you, whatever thing she could possibly turn into, whether it's something like Excel from Resident Evil 5 or who knows what, maybe something from RE4, I thought people would still be like, I screw her. I still screw her.
Worth it.
Had cons been a thing, that probably would have been cosplayed a lot.
Oh, it's already being cosplayed a lot online. I'm part of a couple different Resident Evil cosplay communities, and every single girl that's on there that does like all the ones that did Jill and Ada and all this other stuff, just within a day, they're all like, "Oh, here's my Lady Dimitrescu cosplay," and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you guys are fast on that. There's no convention, but it's still in our hearts, and we'll post it all over Twitter and everything.
Well, it looks pretty simple. It's just a big white dress and a big hat, right? And then makeup.
Yeah, and the extra 9 yards is the people doing the makeup. One of my friends, Katie, who did, well, yeah, you get some girls that are doing that. Although one of them, I think, kind of did like one of those big old push-up bras, and she's like, Jesus, I didn't realize how big my tits were until I wore this cosplay. Friend Katie is actually using painter stilts for her Lady Dimitrescu, so she can actually be the correct height for it. So,
but isn't that going to look kind of weird when you're tall as shit, but your arms are like T-Rexed?
The arms will be weird. You have to get like
you're going to have like T-Rex syndrome.
I put on some really tall platforms or something. That's what I would do.
You know,
Brad, you're like 7'8" or something. So
yeah.
I kind of put towards that. It's just 6'6". So, but yeah, no, it's the I don't know if anyone's heard of the cosplayer name EX Shadow, but he did a Jack Skellington with a similar build, but he did arm extensions, and then he did the leg extensions with painter stilts. But he proportioned it so it looks better. But you get like, I mean, you get a lot of these people that do like Gundam cosplays that have like the really long legs and then tiny T-Rex arms.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be a little harder with
you can't hide it with her because she doesn't have sleeves.
I think it's going to be a little harder. Yeah, it's going to be a little harder with Captain Snoo Snoo over there because she doesn't have sleeves and you got to use your actual arms.
You can do a Zentai suit underneath. She has that pale white skin and do like fake dummy arms. I don't know. Rock'em sock'em robots for all
when you got to rock the Resident Evil cosplay at 5, but become a Power Ranger at 6.
Magic wand, make my monster grow.
That'd be fucking cool. Because I'm doing a Megazord cosplay, but I'm gonna do.
Ooh.
I'm gonna add.
Oh wait, no, she does have sleeves. I'm looking at the photo. She does have sleeves. She could do an arm extension for this.
What does she look like?
You're saying Megazord? Go ahead. Which one?
I'm gonna redo my Dino Megazord. I'm definitely gonna make my legs and arms because Megazord's so easy to make your limbs longer and get away with it.
It's a robot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a giant robot. I mean, you can use stilts as long as it works. The arms, you can use a noodle for the rest of it, and it's fine. You just got to cover up some of your arm. It's actually really easy to pull off. Like, I want to cosplay Bender from Futurama.
Go for it.
That's all he does. He's Mexican, and he gets drunk.
Yes, he is. I forgot about that. Something that'll help you with your Megazord. Bucket boots.
Yes,
Take a couple plaster buckets.
That's what I was thinking of because I didn't want to be too tall. Because one of the best cosplays I've ever seen was an Anime Central in Chicago, and it was an Optimus Prime, and the guy was like, I don't know, 9 feet tall, but he couldn't walk or anything. He could only move back and forth. So when he entered the cosplay contest, he couldn't be in the actual show. He had to do everything prejudged, and then when he accepted his award, he had like a piece with him of the suit. He didn't have the cosplay on.
Yeah, I remember seeing that
in like a giant dolly.
Yeah,
robot.
It was all plywood too.
I think so.
That's probably why he couldn't move.
That's heavy as hell.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him and his handler outside, and I was talking to him how they built it, and the guy said it took him close to a year, and it was all plywood.
What year did you see him?
Was that in 2009?
It should be about 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
It was one of my first.
Yeah, that's the same.
I looked it up on YouTube.
Year I was there.
Yeah, acparadise.com.
Oh yeah, I remember that cosplay very much because I saw it and I'm like, no fucking way.
That was one of the best cosplays I had seen, and he wasn't in the show. He was only in the prejudges. He was on stage for prejudging, and then he got off the stage, and he wasn't in the show, so they didn't get to see him. because the way the cosplay worked, the contest worked, you would go there, do one fucking pose, and then get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah, because they have to walk across the stage. I've done that stage before, and it is annoying as hell to get around there.
There was a Big Daddy there, a really good Big Daddy cosplayer. His tank was a battery, and inside of his suit, he had like a AC fan in there.
Was that X Shadow too?
Yeah, that was Kyle. The back all lit up too, and you had the. Is it plasmids? It's been forever since I've.
I know it is plasmids.
The drill turned and everything.
Yeah, the drill did turn. We met all the same fucking people.
Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I mean, Jason and I met
convention
because
that same
of them.
weekend.
Yeah, we met at it was NakaCon.
Yep.
We went up there because one of my friends had to go meet an artist alley person. So like, I'll go, and it's in Kansas City, Missouri. So like, that's exactly where everyone is kind of. It's the center of the country, so everyone went there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah,
the con was great. That same weekend they did the picture, the one that's circulating all over the internet. It's the White Ranger and the Green Ranger, and they're surrounded by the Naruto cosplayers.
And again, I know who that cosplayer is too. That's Stripper Vash.
I'm in that fucking picture.
Are you one of the Narutos?
Yeah, I'm actually the Naruto Sora hybrid in there.
Oh, Nora.
Nora.
Nora guy.
That was Nora. That's the actual name of the character, Nora.
Oh, I call it Sorato.
No, it was Nora because we did a skit where it explained like how and why and.
Right. Yeah.
Because Disney buys everything now.
Yeah, that was actually the original skit. That was the original script. Disney bought my ass.
The original idea.
That was a great Anime Central. I loved it. It was amazing cosplayers all around. Like they really rose the bar.
Oh yeah, and that. Oh god, yeah. That was also the year too that Zach, the Green Ranger, who was known as Stripper Vash for years, what he was known for. They did a photo shoot on top of the parking garage, on the edge, and he's like, "We can't see anything in these helmets," and we're doing like cool photos where it looks like the city's behind us, and they didn't realize the cops noticed them up there, and they had a paramedic there because it looked like people thought they were going to jump. And he goes, I take my helmet off and I look down and there's cops and there's a paramedic down there and there's an ambulance and they're all like telling us to not jump. And I'm like, what? We're just taking photos. And he's like, yeah, we got in a little bit of trouble.
It was
Iron Chief's walking up there trying to stop them. And it's just like,
oh yeah, we're just talking about the Naruto Power Rangers thing. I just found it.
Yeah, it's
on DeviantArt.
Of course.
Fuck, I have the picture too saved.
Yeah.
But if you look like to the top, close to the top right corner, like in like close to the circle, I'm there.
Yeah, you're literally the middle.
Yeah.
On the top middle, I see it.
Yeah, there's Waldo. Find the
I recognize his goofy ass anywhere.
No, because there's another one with a keyblade on the left, and I was like, wait, I'm trying to.
Everyone had a keyblade back then.
No, but everybody did fucking because I was giving away some keyblades because like, oh, if I like your Naruto cosplay, I will give you a keyblade. But I got so jealous at how many Dragon Ball cosplayers there were. That's when I actually started cosplaying Dragon Ball because at first I did the Naruto and then I started doing Dragon Ball.
And you got jealous of the Dragon Ball cosplayers
because there were
cosplaying as
Texas,
Naruto character.
Well, in Texas, there weren't a lot. Only at Akon where there were like a good number.
That's
but
true.
Since Dragon Ball was over, like it wasn't like what everybody was like cosplaying because cosplay is always what's trending.
Yeah, like for example, let's say like 2014, 2013, everybody was cosplaying Attack on Titan. That was like the big cosplay. So 29 last year, in 2018, the big one was.
I'm in that fucking.
2019 was a big one in 2019. I forgot. Like 2017, it was like My Hero. That was like a big one too.
Isn't the most recent redheaded stepchild Demon Slayer?
Yeah, Demon Slayer last year. Yeah. Ironically, I cosplayed from Demon Slayer.
I haven't watched Demon Slayer, but I see a lot of couples cosplaying the dude with the box and the little girl.
Tanjiro and Nezuko.
And they're like, "Oh my god, you guys make a cute couple!" Like y'all should take, y'all should like get photo shoots where y'all are like holding hands and stuff. No, we're brother and sister in the anime. I'm like, what?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
And y'all mess around while still in cosplay. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Didn't you like one
I
Wait, say
didn't
that
understand
again?
a word you said, Maddie.
Yeah, that was I couldn't hear it.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Brad, didn't you and Shelby like years ago did like a Joel and Ellie cosplay together or something?
Yeah, I was about ready to mention that. A friend of mine, she and I were the right build for Joel and Ellie. So literally a winter con we went to, we dressed as them from The Last of Us. And everyone's like, oh, you guys look cute together. And I'm just like, you guys have actually played the game, right? There is no romantic interest in between these two. It's a father-daughter relationship, and we're leaving it at that.
The internet doesn't care.
Well, I guess. Well, to be fair, it's like to some of them, it's like they just say it's like, oh, it's cute because not everybody play the game or anything.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Like, to be fair, yeah,
right. The few people we mentioned that didn't know, they're like, oh.
yeah. It's like, oof.
Well, then it was the same with Booker and Ellie that we both dressed as. And they're just kind of like, oh, that's so cute. And I'm like, let's play the game, and you're going to find out that's not as cute as you think. So. Oh, yeah. I just read chat. People secretly like incest. Yeah, there's that dark side of the
that's
internet.
Black Sonic for you.
Yeah, see, look, we actually have that feature now where all the comments appear.
I like
No,
that. That's
okay.
actually a pretty cool option.
Oh no, I'll never
Hey,
forget.
Black Sonic.
Black Sonic.
Black Sonic is here, making me cringe at the speed of sound.
But you were saying, Maddie, go ahead.
Oh god, I remember when Kill la Kill, when it came out, like what, 2012, 2013-ish, and I remember people were like, oh my god, I love this show, the whole thing with Sasuke and Ryoko, they're like, they're really cool characters, I ship them, till you really find out that they're sisters, and they're just like,
Oh, yeah, with Kill la Kill, yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because it's because
Still don't know what you're talking about, but I understand the name.
So, just real quick, the Super Jew is super confused.
Not
Okay, so there's a show called Kill la Kill where they have two female.
Yeah, we get the gist of it. Don't worry, I know exactly as I'm staring at the Kill la Kill.
They didn't figure it out, and they didn't reveal that though until like way later. So
yeah, that was later in the
series.
Rabbit hole.
I had suspicions halfway through, and I'm like, man, the way is right.
Virgin Killer Sweater.
Okay, so
no, the Virgin Killer thing was like in 2017.
so
was here.
explain to me what's going on because I zoned out for 2 seconds and now I'm lost.
Okay, so what they were talking about was the anime Kill la Kill, and they were saying how, I don't know, spoiler for anybody who's never seen the anime. It turns out that the two girls fighting each other, they're siblings. Later on,
Yeah,
it's revealed
so
they're
many
siblings.
people were like, let them kiss, and it's like,
yeah, some of them be
they
like
sisters.
Oof.
All people,
Yeah,
like kind of like what Black Sonic said. People just secretly like incest.
Yeah, I noticed that because people will fucking ship Dipper and Mabel from Gravity Falls, and they're
Yeah,
twins.
they do. They do.
They're
Unfortunately,
kids and they're related.
Amity.
Oh, Elric Cess is something that will be brought up multiple times at FMA panels. I don't
Sam
get
and Dean
what-
are
Yeah. I don't get it. It's like 14-year-old women across the internet suddenly feel because they're siblings, they must screw. I don't get it. It's like if you build it, they will come. But I don't know.
It's because their parents are probably too much into the whole Leia and Luke thing.
And so, yeah, that's to be fair, that is true.
Got him.
That did happen.
Empire
Kissed
Strikes
him
Back.
twice in that fucking movie, by the way.
Huh?
She kisses him twice in the movie.
She did, yeah.
One to piss off Han, and then when he got his hand chopped off and he's lying there dying on that bed, she kissed him a second time. I'm like, damn, bitch, just like before I knew they were siblings. I'm like, just cop a feel already, damn. And then I'm like, no, go back. Must travel in time. Must stop this atrocity.
Abort.
Abort mission. Shoot. If only, yeah, Padme should.
And then they find out they're siblings, and they're just like, okay, like they don't even like talk about that. Like, oh shit, we did that.
And then she says in the third movie, I've always known. You knew, bitch.
So, it was a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes, Alderaan must be Space Alabama or something. I don't know.
It's space rednecks. That's what it is.
They actually brought that up in the Family Guy special of The Trap. We're like, I'm from Alderaan. We're like the Mississippi of the galaxy.
Family Guy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Family Guy.
But she does say in the movie, I've always known. And I was like, you fucking knew.
I felt a connection with you. I didn't know what it was. So I just kissed you. Turns out we're just related. It was weird.
It's awkward.
And you notice that she didn't feel awkward about it. Luke was so awkward about it. Like, yeah, so we're related. Oh, I knew.
Virgin
She was like
Nerf
so
herder.
fucking, like no surprise. Like she didn't even bat an eye. Oh, I knew.
Yeah,
Well,
I know,
Luke
totally.
spent his entire life in the desert shooting womp rats. That's a first sign of someone with suicidal tendencies. And then he's going to go get some
shit.
female interaction, and he's all like, oh my God, someone's interacting with me. And she's like, I've known I'm your sister the entire time. He's like, I'm a little messed up. I'm
No,
going to go
that's
be a
fine.
hermit.
I know. If I was Luke, I would have been like, listen, I have
Well, I
the
mean, he did just
shittiest
find his
luck
dad.
in the galaxy. My dad's the villain. I live on a fucking desert with 2 sons, and the one girl in the galaxy just happens to be my damn sister.
Oh, and also it reminds me of that. It's from the Family Guy ones. Like there is like Obi-Wan says, there is another Skywalker. It's like who? Who do you think it is? The only girl that's been with us the whole time.
Yeah, he did say that, but he said there you have a sister, Luke.
Mhm.
Who is it? Who the fuck do you think?
Yeah, bro.
And then when they bring in the other girl, Lois is Leia, and they bring in the other girl, and Peter's like, "Hey, look, another chick, the only
I
other
like
chick in the
it.
galaxy." And Lois is like, "I don't like it."
Oh yeah, that was yeah. Angela.
Yeah.
Ironically, that was Leia.
What were we talking about before we got into all this?
No, we were talking about you bringing up like the conventions. Like
Incest.
they always have those big like everybody cosplays that one series like every year. There's always those big ones. Last year in 2019 was Demon Slayer. 2018 was like I believe it was Darling in the Franxx and My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay, that's a good subject. Okay, so that's a good thing. So with a lot of things going on this year, we are almost an entire year away since the COVID-19 pandemic officially started
In
in
March.
the United States,
It was
not in the
essentially-
world.
Essentially, it was essentially declared a pandemic in March.
So that's when we'll hit the 1 year mark. With things going the way they are, because they say that we're still going to go through some dark times. With conventions, 70% not happening this year, possibly next year. Do you have any like cosplay plans at all, like that you are waiting to debut at a convention, or are you just gonna like just fuck it, put it on TikTok?
Probably the latter.
Yeah. I mean, I find TikTok is a fun little place to put stuff that's not heavily restricted like YouTube or Twitter much anymore.
Well, the Megazord one, I'm gonna wait till a con
Okay. That works a
That I
lot
get.
better.
because I want to actually make the Dragon Zord attachment for it. And when I say the Dragon Zord attachment, I mean the one where he goes over his fucking shoulders and makes him like 3 feet wider.
Oh, okay.
You just don't want to move, I guess. You just want to
No, you can move. I just don't want to go through the doors anymore.
Yeah, especially some doors aren't big enough for like don't have enough like one fit in.
Like stretch out your arms, Jace.
Just T-pose.
Just do your T-pose and add an extra 6 inches on each side. That's how wide it's going to be.
I cosplay a Saiyan. Okay, I have giant shoulder pads that stick out way out here.
Yeah, okay, so that plus an extra
Yeah.
8 inches.
Yeah.
I understand the pain of doorways.
Like for example, like the doors for George R. Brown, there's like there's a one you could it opens automatically, but there's some convention centers that don't have that. They just have doors. You have to open it, like push and pull and all that.
Walk like
Oh, yeah.
a crab.
As one who has been a giant 10-foot tall dragon, I understand
20
this.
foot wingspan.
As someone who has broken the stage at NakaCon, I understand this.
They made a rule because of you.
Yeah, I remember asking them the next year. I was reading the rules when they switched locations to the new one, and I took it was Jace. You were there the year that I did Stardust Dragon, weren't you?
Naka, I only went the 1 year, so
Okay, so
It
it was
might have
the year
been
afterwards.
yeah, I was there for your Stardust, I think, though.
Okay. And then I had it, I was walking around, I had it to where like the tail could attach so I could walk around so it doesn't drag. Because I had a strict set of rules I had to follow because of Naka. And it was at the old location, and they were very strenuous about what you could have off of it. It's like Ace and how it used to be. Nothing could protrude off so much. If it did, it has to be removable. So my wings had to come off, my head had to come off. my shoulders were right here, and I looked down, but I had like the Stardust Dragon head would come off over it, and I had it balanced so I could walk and it wouldn't be too heavy, and it was hollowed out, and the thing was a pain in the butt. And I said, okay, well, I can be assembled and whatnot. And they wanted to put me out on stage, and the green room lady was like, she understood, and she's like, he can't be assembled back here because it's too wide for us to sneak him on. And I was like, no, it's fine, we'll hold his wings back. And my wingspan from tip to tip was 10 feet. And so they put my wings, and I thought I cleared through to get onto stage, and they let go of my wings, and my wings just flew down and knocked off half the stage. And so they're all panicked behind me trying to get it. And I'm like, well, screw it. Let's just go do it. Because I had, walk here, pose, walk here, pose, walk here.
I'm already here.
They had a center walkway that were a bunch of these display tables that were meant to be walked on, but they weren't linked. So it's like an extra square addition to the stage they put out to a catwalk. Now, any normal person can walk on these things and they're fine. I have an extra 50 to 80 pounds on me with Stardust Dragon. So every single one I'm walking on, I can feel them slightly bowing a little bit as I'm walking, and I'm going, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
This was not worth it. This is how I die.
Well, no, I got through, I pivoted, I got off stage, did my thing, got back, they got me all out. I was in that costume for probably 8 straight hours that day, and it sucked because we had to be in at like 10, and we didn't get out. And we did initial check through at 10. Oh, no, I didn't get out of there until about 9 o'clock, so it was probably more than that.
Jeez, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I've seen like
doing
videos from the
masquerades
green room area. They were just a massive wait. You got to be there first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
The entire day shot. Like, I'm never entering one of those things.
No, I used to do that shit, and it's 4 hours of you just sitting your fucking ass there. And if you're in a cosplay you can't sit in,
I couldn't in Stardust. It was a full bodysuit. Yeah,
and they tell you, oh, don't take your cosplay off. We could go up there any minute now. Bullshit.
Yeah, that's why I don't like competing at NakaCon anymore, because it's like, nothing against NakaCon. It's a decent con. And their green room staff is amazing. It's just they don't let you, like other cons, come in and do prejudging in the morning and you can change out. And then they'll be like, come back at 3 o'clock and then we'll do this. And NakaCon takes forever to judge. And that's the problem.
Sorry to interrupt you, Brad.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that some cons here in Texas, like they would do it like the costume cons, the cosplay contest wouldn't be till like 6 or 7 o'clock, and the prejudging would be like they would do them in sessions. Like for example, the earliest would be like 11 a.m. and then the next one would be like around 1 p.m. and imagine a 1 a.m. one. Then 3 p.m. one. They would have they would break it down in sections because a lot of people were just competing, and also like the big cosplays. Most of them just like they try to get it. They would have like a first come first serve regarding the early ones and all that.
Oh yeah. Like most of the other con that I entered in did that, because I used to. I think the highest I ever got with masquerades was competing in Masters class, and so I've competed against professionals like Melinda Chan, EX Shadow, Yaya Han, and other stuff like that.
You were in that cosplay of, it was entirely made of duct tape, though. That thing did not fucking breathe.
No, it didn't. It kept me warm in the winter. Oh my God. Everyone's like, it's so freezing cold outside. I'm like, it feels great in this.
You're having a heat stroke.
No. When you wear when you wear one of those dinosaur costumes where they're completely sealed off and it's like 10 degrees
it's
outside.
About the same. Oh yeah.
Heat stroke. The cop like literally asked me at the Renaissance Festival, how much have you had to drink? Like, dude, steam is coming off of my body. I'm literally about to die of dehydration. I didn't drink anything.
Oh, you're in a portable sauna, basically.
Yeah.
What, man? Go ahead.
Wasn't that you when you were wearing, what was it, Kamen Rider Decade with the Kiva bow? You were like almost melting in that thing.
No, I initially made Kamen Rider Decade, and I did like I didn't do like a Zentai suit. I did a full duct tape bodysuit because I wanted to try something different. And I did a full connection suit, and I did Decade, and I did that like summer of 2010. And I usually kind of had a rule where I wouldn't do these cosplays unless it was colder out. But I wanted to do Decade for the Anime Iowa Masquerade. And I'm thinking, I'll be smart. I'll put it in the car, keep it air conditioned. We'll get it to and from. I'll put it on and go inside to the air conditioning. Well, that week in Anime, Iowa, it was in the 110-degree heat index, and it sucked. And I got it put on, and it was hot outside, and it was so hot and humid, the adhesive on my costume was melting on the spot.
Oh my God.
So I was like, all right, cool. If I just get inside, I'm good. I'm good. I'll get inside. And I got inside, and it was AC. The AC was running in the hotel so hard, all the windows were condensed and fogged over. It was uncomfortable. And everyone else is sitting in these costumes roasting. And I'm in full garb and the full thing, and I have my helmet taken off. And my friend's looking up, and I got steam is wafting up out of my neck area. And they're looking at me, how you feeling?
Oh.
Like, you know, I
got none of that, Brad.
Seems spicy.
Yeah, we didn't get none of that.
Yeah, I can actually see your signal and it's dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, our internet. We need to get a stronger router up here. All right, I'll try it again. So I wore the costume. It got incredibly hot. It started melting. And I just got to a point where I felt really dizzy, and I'm like, you know what? I sectioned it off. What I didn't realize is that my costume was actually melting on me. And how hot it was, because I took it off, and there were sections on the back that were actually melted. And my friend's like, "Oh, you're good." Okay, everyone's like, "Well, what cosplay do you have with you?" And I'm like, "That was the cosplay." Bro. No, correction. High School of the Dead had just came out, so I threw I had like a Hirano cosplay that was all in black, and I felt so much cooler in that. It's like, you're in all black. No, this is so much cooler than what I was wearing earlier. But I later wore that in the winter at NakaCon, and it was a much better weather for it. And I rebuilt a lot of it too, so it looked a lot better too. Oh, I don't know. Can we share photos with the group, or?
Yeah, in the private chat, I can download it and put it on here.
Yeah.
Or can you send photos? No, you can't send. Oh, send it to Jace through Facebook. Send it to me through Facebook or Jace, and we can upload it and put it on here so people can see.
Okay. Maddie, what about you? Any cosplays you want to debut?
God, what do I? I'm finally going down the Danganronpa rabbit hole. So there's a few I want to do. I want to do.
They got rope on.
Nice. Yeah, again, really darn rhombus. I want to do so far, because I'm playing the first game, and I've seen the anime too. But as far as the first game is concerned, I love Leon. But of course, my favorite character is the one who has to die first, and I was so mad. But no, he's a really cool character. I eventually want to do an Ninjetti, my pink ranger Ninjetti. Oh God, I've got like so many ideas off the top of my head of like things that I want to do, and it's just a matter of actually wanting to do them.
Oh, I just saw the chat 8+ hours. That's a really long synchro summon. I like that comment.
We had it on the. Never mind. Yeah,
if you're not paying attention, you don't see it. So
Dang it, Grandpa! It's fun. It is fun. Dank on rope on.
I just gotta fucking. Oh, you know what? I would like to me and I'm gonna get two buddies. I want to cosplay the New Days version of the Gears of War armor.
That sounds really cool.
Have y'all seen what it looks like?
Yeah.
On the new Gears of War, they have a New Day.
Mm-hmm.
The New Day are wrestlers from WWE. They have like these pink, baby blue, purple like armor.
I've seen it. It looks like Gears of War, just painted different.
Yeah, but it looks really good. It looks really great. The color scheme even works. I didn't think it was gonna work. Maybe because I'm a New Day fan. I don't know, but I like it. I like it a lot. I want to cosplay that. I want to cosplay Megazord with the Dragon Zord attachment. And I feel like, I don't know, because I'm getting older, and as I get older, I'm starting to get more responsibilities, especially with Geeks 5 Ever. I'm getting much more because I have to manage the podcast. I got to manage these guys who are part of the podcast.
We're wild over here without him.
I know, right? I got to manage the fucking convention part of the group because they are all in disarray without conventions and jobs to give them. They don't know what the fuck to do anymore. We also have the Renaissance version, which we have had to kick people out.
due to various reasons.
I'll start
Drama.
my own renaissance.
Just drama, just people fighting and sleeping with the wrong people. Drama.
With blackjack and hookers.
Blackjack. Screw your damn theme park. Because I bought the first season of Futurama in that episode. I'm gonna go start my own theme park with blackjack and hookers. You know what? Forget the theme park. Screw the theme park and screw the blackjack. Which I love Futurama. I would like to cosplay Bender, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. Damn, even my internet signal dropped. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like across the board for all of us. It just fluctuates.
But I'm on a landline. Oh, it doesn't have it. It's not recognizing the landline.
Oh, am I the only one with a landline?
It only works if you connect it.
Mine works strong. I don't know why it's being stupid.
Mine is working pretty good.
Maybe
No, it's not. It's not. It's not saying any. It's not recognizing. I don't know what the fuck.
Oof.
Well,
Stupid internet tricks are for kids.
Stupid internet tricks are for kids.
So,
Anyway.
haha!
Someone left.
I am the captain now. Oh shit, he came back.
Oh no, he's back.
Oh,
You were the captain. Was the captain.
What the
The
fuck is
dude,
happening?
it's the Brady Bunch again.
we're all shuffling around.
No, we gotta put the girls back on the bottom.
Jesus.
I don't like that.
Come on.
She said,
I'm a power bottom.
Okay, fine. But our meme of the day is. Oh shit!
Gotta drop
Beach.
that chest thing.
Now that's how you start a revolution.
That is our meme of the day.
If you
That's how
know,
we
you
share
know.
pictures now. It's because the reason why we had that hiccup was because it finally recognized the landline and switched the internet from Wi-Fi to landline.
So
Good
who
old
bought
techno.
GameStop stock?
Yeah.
No, I didn't buy GameStop stock, and I fucking should have.
Yeah, I think had we known all this would have happened, we definitely would have bought some stock.
That's how that happens.
But you can go to other companies too, not just GameStop, AMC and Bed Bath and Beyond. People are saying Kia also.
I am
Yeah.
actually going to invest $500 in an airline.
Nice. American Airlines, that's one.
Yeah, because the stocks for the airlines is going to drop pretty bad.
They got bailed out last year.
Right, but they're going to drop even more this year because nobody's going to fucking travel. Because with COVID getting worse.
Mhm.
Sorry, YouTube. I know you don't like that word. Like, how dare you mention life?
We don't like YouTube, so take that.
That's right. Fuck you, YouTube.
That'll get us sponsored.
I don't care if we get sponsored on YouTube. I don't give a shit.
Aha.
Don't you want to tell people about Raid Shadow Legends?
That's right. Play Raids. I didn't play the fucking game because I got a life, but you should play it. Click on the link below to get stuff for free.
And then the next week you're gonna be wondering, hey, where's the check you sent me? Yeah, because you publicly told everybody that you don't play it. So why should we pay you for not playing it?
Right. We don't like you anymore, Goku. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
There's no link, everyone, if you're looking. Just letting you know.
No.
You can always shill for AFK Arena. I hear they pay like the same thing. Nothing.
All right,
Genshin
ExpressVPN.
Impact, is that one now?
Ooh,
Yeah, we're not sure.
fucking Sonic over here throwing shade at me and shit.
Which Sonic?
Yep.
Because you got to be specific.
Black Sonic.
Black Sonic.
Sonic.
There you go.
You have to be specific.
Yeah, you're Keyblade Sonic.
Yeah, but you always shorten it to Sonic.
So it's Sonic and Black Sonic.
That's, So Sonic Adventure 2.
KS.
So wouldn't
let's
that just be Shadow?
get those pictures because that's a pretty cool cosplay of Brad's.
Wait, there's pictures?
It's in the messenger. Brad sent it to me. I sent it to the message.
Yay. So we saw. So tell us, Brad. We know. Can you talk about it? Can you not talk about it?
Oh,
You
the image I sent you?
No. You got to do something with Capcom for Resident Evil 8.
Oh, yeah. I was very surprised how that actually happened. I'm part of the Resident Evil Ambassador program, and I don't know how I got approved for this. I guess it was random or whatnot, or I do have gold status with RE ambassadors. It's a program online where you do like post with community and interact with it, and you build up reputation. And the more things you do, the points you get, the higher points you get, the higher access you get. So you get access to like demos and betas and whatnot. And I guess what a friend of a friend linked me to this thing about co-streaming, because everyone else was applying for the whole reverse beta coming through, which I was not allowed to say anything about because I knew about that a week ahead. But it was, it's out, so I could say that. But one of my friends that I met through YouTube, he's just like, well, hey, here's a link I got. You might as well apply for it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, cool. It was like an actual Capcom authorized co-stream. So, I mean, people co-stream all the time, but I got the actual seal of approval from Capcom to do it. So then like a day later, I got an email from Capcom going like, you're approved. And I'm like, what?
Nice.
Surprise.
So they send me this whole NDA of what I have to talk about and what I can do and what I can't do. And they're like, this is what you throw in here. And this is the image you do with this. And here's your you write down what your ratings are and what your audience was. And you have to be on at this time. So I'm like, okay, cool. They had a countdown a half hour early. And literally the first 15 minutes of it, the internet craps out.
Yep.
And I am mad dashing all the way down the hallway and taking the router and yanking it all the way down, getting as close as I can, trying to, I got it working apparently, but we're in a building with a bunch of college kids. So even though I pay for like a gaming level internet speed, there are times it dips and whatnot. So
Like fiber and all that.
yeah, no, they're just like, oh yeah, you want this package, and I'll give me the strongest internet package you have, because streaming and uploading and everything else eats bandwidth like mad. And they're like, okay. When we moved in, they checked their router box, and the guy was like, I don't understand why you're getting such a low signal in here, until he found out there were like 8 different splitters on the line that went in to our section of the building. And he goes, this should not be here. And he took them all off, and there's just the signal speed shot way up. But no, I had fun doing it. And other streamers like Sphere Hunter and a couple other big people in like Residents of Evil were streaming it. I liked it. I know a lot of people are kind of getting a little weird with the, of course, we know the whole Resident Evil community sees tall vampire lady and instantly goes step on me. But I kind of like how it looks. I'm still not a fan of the first person. I like the over the shoulder that Resident Evil's done for years, but I'm very interested to see what's this go. But I don't know if that was the only time I'm going to be doing something with Capcom. If they like it, I guess I'll do more. Go ahead. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, so it's like a wait and see.
Yeah, no, it's just I can't say that I've never done anything with Capcom before because, well, nothing official, but I have done stuff with Capcom actors. And one of the things I keep on the side of my desk, and Maddie will know what it is when we, a year ago, we were at SAC Anime, and I got to do a couple panel things with, I'll see if you guys can see it. And, well, yeah, these are guest passes from Nick Apostolides and Stephanie Panicello.
Hey, do that again?
AKA Leon and Claire, correct?
Leon and Claire, yeah.
Yep.
So let me see if I can get it up here. So that's about as close as I can get it to where it's not that. But the other one in here is Stephanie's. But we did stuff with them at the panel, and I'd done some prop work for Nick. And this was because we were friends with some of the people at Residents of Evil. And he's like, hey, Nick's wanting to build his Leon, and he needs prop work done. And I recommended him some guy in Chicago. And I go, oh, who's it? Oh,
I was just about to share it because I put it on here. I put it up here ready to go.
Okay, so to anyone who's ever heard of the series Kamen Rider, which is in Japan, which is just the counterpart to Sentai, which we call American-wise Power Rangers. And yes, the 2 shows we have bastardized over here called Master Rider, which is a guilty pleasure, but the Japanese is a lot better. This was Kamen Rider Decade, and he has a special ability where he can turn all the different Kamen Riders he comes across into their ultimate weapon forms. And this was the Kiva bow. I am 6'6". That bow was almost 9 feet tall, and I had to have it sectioned and stuff, and Masquerade staff did not like it when I walked in with that.
You again? Jeez.
Well,
you.
The year before, I was Stardust Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which is 10 feet tall, knocked over part of the stage. New rule got put in. So the next year I came in, I always check with staff before I come in. And I'm like, all right, I have some questions about my stuff. And they're like, Dragon Knight wasn't too bad. Dragon Knight was not bad at all. I was just reading the chat. Nice. Very, very nice.
Kamen Rider here.
Oh, we've got some decent game adaptations. It's just Master Rider was a little corny. I watched it. But it was fun. The Japanese is a lot better of it.
In the 90s. It was the same thing as Beetleborgs and VR Troopers and Power Rangers. So there was that. But Japanese version.
Oh yeah.
When you watch just cockroaches.
But then they did another American version of Kamen Rider, and I thought that did better. But I don't remember seeing it.
It was Dragon Knight. I watched it not too long ago, and I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, I wish
it was a lot more true than the original Master Rider from the 90s. The whole
they had Master Rider, they had Dragon Rider or Dragon Knight or something, Dragon something, and then they just called it Kamen Rider. But we never got an actual show with the name Kamen Rider.
Right. But
they were just confused as to what they were going to call it.
That is true. But what was funny was I brought that prop in and I had to display it to staff, and they're like, man, this thing's really big. And I go, well, don't worry, it's only like 9 feet tall. Well, that's good because we have a new restriction this year. What's the new restriction? It goes, no props or costumes can be over 9 feet tall. Oh, why is that? I thought it was 10 feet the year before. Well, we had a guy in a giant dragon last year that knocked over part of the stage, and I'm like, oh.
That sounds like a jerk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what an asshole.
Safety first, guys. Safety first. But the wings could come off, so I had to section it while I was back there. That was actually the year Yaya Han was a guest back there, and didn't look at anyone's work or material, and she just drank her coffee and couldn't be bothered by anyone. So that was a fun experience.
Yeah, that's why I never got along with her.
Yeah.
And I got her name wrong. No, I didn't get her name wrong. I told her I didn't know who she was, and I said, why? Why do I want to buy your autograph? I don't even know who the fuck you are.
I love how she gets very uppity when people call her BS. That remember the My Little Pony wings that everyone made with coat hangers and graph foam? And then she tried to claim that she invented that.
That happened?
Oh, yeah. There was several years ago. She sells them at her tables, and she gets super mad. I had a friend that did Artist Alley that was behind her, did not know who Yaya was. She just saw her as another dealer. Mm-hmm. And she goes, I have no idea who's behind me. But she has said some of the most hateful comments I have ever heard come out of a woman ever. It's like, this woman just hates her job. And I'm like, wait, what booth are you at? And I went and found her booth, and I go, holy shit, that's Yaya Han right behind you. He goes, who? I'm like, she's one cosplay guest here this week. And she goes, I don't care who the fuck she is. She's like, she'll be super nice to customers and then talk about them behind their back a second they leave. And I'm like, damn.
Isn't that everybody?
Well, yeah, no, that's a lot of the cosplay community. But it was like, everyone's like, oh, you're just a Yaya hater. And I'm like, I love how I was right years before people called her on her bullshit. But of course, she's no different than like Momo-kun or half the other ones out there. So
Momo-kun.
Momo belt out.
She's still pretty relevant though.
Who, Momo-kun?
Right. Yeah, like she's still
in a way she kind of recovered, especially because like my thing is, I think I've already told the story already in the podcast. I have no problem with her cosplays. Obviously, I have no problem with it. Right. As a person, she could be like, she needs like an attitude, doesn't like. I remember in 2018. She would say like that there was like all these accusations of her coming out. I was like, oh, she sexually harasses people and all that, and she uses ADHD as an excuse. And then ever since then, like sponsors like dropped her on the spot. Like she actually got, I think she got banned from Anime Expo that year.
And she's been banned from a couple cons.
Yeah, well, time heals all wounds and makes.
She's banned from my house. Stay away, bitch.
I mean, I don't know. There's always going to be a cosplayer that's going to piss someone off in the community. I mean, I remember when Jessica Nigri first started, and I remember she was a booth babe. That's what she was known for. Is Lollipop Chainsaw. She was a booth babe. She dressed up as, and everyone goes, "Oh, that's cool." And then apparently now she's a beacon of cosplay, and everyone should look up to her.
Yeah, she's like doing voice. She did voices for Ruby for Rooster Teeth. She's pretty much done a lot of work on with Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, and it's just like, I get it. Like, you're a voice actor now and you do all this other stuff. The shade I'm going to cast on this. Most of the Rooster Teeth staff and everything has started out as amateur voice actors and have actually done a decent job at it. They've built and they've gained experience and they've bettered themselves. she still fucking phones it in on every single thing she's done, voice acting wise. And again, I am not a voice actor. I'm going as a kid that did theater for X amount of years and did audio and whatnot. And it pisses Maddie off when I listen to music because my sisters were music majors, and I hear it and I go, she is not even trying to do anything. And I get the character and I get how the character is supposed to be done. But like, goddamn, are you just going to be Marlon Brando with this voice role or something? Or?
Do you think they gave her that
role? Before Jace, you say anything, before you say anything.
Go ahead.
I just want to point out that all the opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect those of the admin sponsors or members of the Geeks Forever staff.
That's on me.
That's on the guest. Before anybody says, before any of the co-hosts say anything, just keep that in mind because we actually do work with Rooster Teeth.
Oh no, I'll praise.
They do.
I'll praise Rooster Teeth's voice actors left and right
because they do a premiere. They used to do the premiere for Ruby, right? And we would host it and give away sponsored.
Yeah, that was like Yeah, they did that, and then I don't know. 2 years ago, they didn't do one. I don't know. They kind of stopped doing that. I guess
they kind of stopped, and
it's like low attendance and all that, and stuff got leaked anyway. So it was just like I guess they just figured why bother. And also because Rooster Teeth is not part of Warner Media, so that's why they sponsor. That's why Death Battle is sponsored by AT&T or HBO Max, because they've pretty much been owned by Warner Media.
Yeah, they so Death Battle is owned by AT&T. They're like, move on.
So essentially Warner Brothers, basically.
Rooster Teeth is doing the Netflix Transformers show.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth doing Netflix. And honestly, and no disrespect to Rooster Teeth, has been like, there's been a lot of stuff that's going on lately, but they're still doing their thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
My dumb comment was going to be, do you think they gave her the role of Cinder because they realized she can't act? And it's like, well, at least this person just has to talk.
She probably did a good audition, but then as soon as she got the role, she's like, fuck it. I ain't got to impress nobody no more.
Sign that contract. I'm in.
Yeah, no, as someone who has actually worked with people she's worked with, she very much was very sugarcoat and then just kind of coasts on a lot of stuff. So I would not be surprised if that's how that happened.
I've seen lots of stuff that she does for her, like her Instagram and things. Like she has emotions, like she can emote.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess when it came to that show, she's like,
right.
I'm going to be a.
Well, I've met her and she seems really cool, but only when she needs to put herself out there. If she's already set, it's like, fuck it. Why? I don't have to try anymore. I'm going to
right. Like as we talked previously, earlier we were talking about how, some cosplayers, like Momokun and all that and Yaya Han. There's a lot of cosplayers who are just like a lot of people look up to. And there's also ones who there's a lot of people who shit on them for being cosplayers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's even those who are like, he didn't look at me. I'm going to hate him. I don't want to do cosplay anymore because he didn't look. I'm like, dude, what the dude? It's not a big deal, man.
There is a meme of Patrick where it says, you didn't say hi to me and you saw me. And it shows Patrick and his vision's all blurry. And it says me.
I can't fucking see in this giant box I'm wearing. I'm sorry.
For real. I feel like a fucking horse. My vision is literally like.
You can't have your feelings cannot be that fragile. Children.
You can't appease everybody either. So
you can't please everyone. You're not going to please everyone.
I know, right? For that one girl cosplayer that hates my guts because I almost got into a fist fight with Voltaire, he said something racist. So you need to get over yourself.
Oh yeah, and the hill people die on for half these things. Just like, how dare you insult this? This is mine. And I'm like, yeah, but you got to learn to look past it. You got to learn to appreciate people for their roles,
you didn't say hi.
Not what they do, because some of these people make some really dumb as hell decisions in real life, and you can't make that the hill to die on trying to defend them.
So, because this guy's really fucking stupid. I'll throw shade at his bitch ass all day. He wanted to drink alcohol in the car they had picked him up from the airport. They picked him up from the airport. He wanted to drink alcohol, and it's illegal to have an open alcoholic container in a moving vehicle in the state of Texas.
Okay.
But he didn't give a shit. And he's worse than a certain other voice actor that just got blacklisted from all the other animes and video games and I don't want to say his name. I don't want to say his name, but he was Edward Elric.
Oh.
He's almost as bad as him, and I've worked with both of them. I didn't work with Voltaire. I almost fought him, but I worked with the other guy.
Mhm.
I didn't almost fight him though. He got a pass because he was Broly.
Not anymore.
That's right. He don't get no pass. He get an ass whooping. That's what he get now.
Well, as someone who's worked guest relations and has been in guest stuff, some of the other guests you come in with are very professional and whatnot, but when you see them in their downtime, it is so weird to see how some of them actually, and again, they're people, they're real people.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
I love it because I have a couple friends that, go ahead, Jace.
Oh, this is for next. So once you finish, I have.
Okay. One of my friends has done guest relations for like a good 20 years, and she was talking about how a lot of the Japanese guests will come in not aware of how certain traditions or stuff is done in America. They're used to their set ways. And she's like, there's one that we always have come on in, and the first thing out of his mouth is, where does he get pot? And can he get a hooker that weekend? And she's all like, we have to remind him that certain states that's not legal. She says some we can accommodate him marijuana-wise, but the other one, there's like one state we can do that, and that's about it. And well, in the day and age of other stuff, but I'm just kind of like, oh,
I've worked with guests that were like that. Like, you don't want the ones around here, man. Trust me.
yeah. And then I still love it. Spike Spencer, the voice of Shinji Ikari, and a bunch of other stuff, has a stipulation with his contract that has to be fulfilled. It's a real simple one, but it's funny. He cannot be sober at all that weekend, and they have to continually supply him with wine.
So this is similar energy to he could only have green M&Ms.
Yeah.
Right.
Those green M&Ms must be alcohol in my body at all times.
He must have a steady supply of a set wine all that weekend. It's not expensive. It's like $20 a bottle. And he has to have a slot to do his cooking panel.
Oh.
And it's weird because he's trashed all weekend. He's professional, but he's trashed all weekend. And his cooking panel, Shinji Ikari teaching you how to cook is well worth watching. When cons ever start back up again, it's well worth watching.
There was one guest. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good.
Jace, sorry. I said Jared. Subway.
What? Don't associate me with him.
I forgot that he got his ass thrown in jail. Sorry, but there was one guest that we had for Kamikaze Con, and I forgot his name. I think it was Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe?
Yes. Yeah, he made Excel Saga.
Oh, Namashim.
Namashim, there you go. Yes. Namashim. Yes. So it was Sunday, and they're like, what are we going to do with him? He's got nothing to do. He's bored. And somebody's like, take him to fucking Walmart.
We call this one the Goku special.
No, for real. That was actually a good idea because he had never seen a fucking store that big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a laugh riot. You just let him wander.
He looked like he was about to break out and fucking song like a Disney movie. Because he's only been to small stores and he's used to the stores in Japan. He never been inside Walmart, and it was like a super Walmart.
Oh.
So he was like, "What the fuck?"
They have food and tires. Oh my god!
You can get your nails did and get your oil changed in the same spot
At a McDonald's.
and a McDonald's. And I can get a brand new TV while I'm here.
You know, also you should take him to Sam's Club. I want to see his reaction on that.
Oh yeah.
Nah, we'd have a membership.
Take him to Costco. That'd be hilarious.
As a Sam's Club.
Costco. Sam.
That's where I'm going for the zombie apocalypse. Sam's Club. They got beds, clothes, food, and zombies can't get in without a membership.
Well, Hal, what was it? One of our friends, one of the ASINs that he was there, was staff, wasn't guest relations, but was like doing gopher work, so getting food back and forth. And they're like, when he's left alone and he does not have any tasks or like panels he has to do, he wanders and he tries to purposely get into trouble, like mischievously go into areas that he knows he's not supposed to be in, but he feigns the ignorance of, I guess I'll go in here anyway. And he purposely looks for trouble just to be cheeky about it. But I still think the most interesting experience I ever had with him was one ASIN. We're loading up all our stuff. I think it might have been like 2010, 2011 or something. And it's packed in the main lobby. And I'm trying to get my suitcase across. And I felt my suitcase hit a bump. And I go, oh, God, what is it? And I hear a behind me. And I look behind. And he is right behind me. And my giant suitcase just ran over his foot. And I'm like, oh fuck, I just ran over a guest's foot. He goes, no, he's okay. He's okay. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And my friends are like, what happened? I'm like, I just ran over Nabashim's foot. And they're like, what the fuck, man? You ran over Nabashim's foot? And he had like the outfit and the wig on and everything already. And he understood, and he's super cool dude if you ever get to meet them. But we're talking
Nabashim?
Oh yeah.
His hair's fake?
His actual hair isn't too bad, but when he wears the wig, it's entertaining.
Ted betrayed.
God damn it. I haven't seen this man in 11 years. I always thought his hair was real.
Same.
Yeah, that kind of happened.
Fuck.
Maybe
It's
it
like,
was
it's, like,
back then, but
it's like how kids thought Jeff Hardy's hair isn't.
I'm going to stop doing
blonde.
drugs. I mean, vitamins.
I had a story that I wanted to bring up because it's very rare that I get to do this. It's related to the people being professional in their job environment, like a voice actor as a guest coming on, but also being like a crazy party animal. I was doing security during the election for, it was like Libertarian Party, but Joe Jorgensen had to move their celebration party from Chicago down to Dallas. And I didn't know we were doing their thing for security. So I was there. And they're all professional doing their speeches and everything. One guy looked literally like the Penguin from Batman. Like, this guy's clearly a financial backer. But after the election gets done, they realize, like, oh, we clearly lost because there's no chance you're going to win this third party. Every politician there got shit-faced. Joe Jorgensen had to have like her dress like helped up and like walk around just taking shots the entire time. It's like, they're professional, but everyone wants to party.
That sounds like my kind of fucking party.
I was like, this is fucking awesome. It was like, hey, look at that. It's like, what's that? Oh, that's Joe Jorgensen just taking shots. Like, cool. Shame she didn't win.
I need to get a job there.
Yeah, political events are always entertaining to be near or watch or be part of. I say this not to make it a sore subject or anything, but Anime Matsuri, not Matsuri, Matsuri Con, I'm sorry, which is in Ohio. I'm like, wait, I forgot I got this one down.
We'll still take shots at Anime Matsuri.
You
But,
take one.
It was what, 2 years ago, Maddie? Was it 2019?
Yeah, it was 2019.
Trump had a rally there, and again, I forewarned. You know, if
we
people
don't say his name. We say Senor Cheeto Puff.
Okay,
Yeah,
Senor Cheeto Puff had a rally there, so we got in Thursday night, and it's a wide open convention area, and there's hotels all across the street. But there's like a wide open street out front, and there was nothing out there, just a normal street and whatnot. And everyone's all like, "Oh, he's gonna have a rally." So we got in, we parked, and got in early. The next day, everything was set up like they had it as a construction zone. There was a bunch of added things, little vendors, everything all set up around there. And then my friend and I were sitting there going like, wait a sec, that's all Secret Service. And one of my friends was like, what do you think that's Secret Service? None of this stuff was here last night, and a construction zone appears out of nowhere. And then we started looking around and like, wait, let's see which ones they want us to see, and let's see which ones they don't want us to see. And what was funny, I remember Jeff walking into the elevator, and there's a dude in full jogging gear in the elevator to the hotel, and he had an earwig in. And I looked at the back of him, and I go, "Oh, that dude's carrying." And how do you know? I'm a country kid. All my family carried. I know when someone's got one behind on their back or anything like that. But it's like, soon as the rally was done and over, and they looked like they were working on the street the next day, it was all gone. It was all gone.
Although, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Although there was one part where we were in the convention center, and of course, they're bringing all the food for lunch or dinner or something like that. One of the gals was trying to push this like huge food cart up a ramp, except I don't think she was holding it the right way or pushing it the right way.
She was pushing it too high.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I just saw it tilt, and it just fell all over. And I could just see the embarrassment running down her face. She's just like, shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was like no one could help her because it was in where all the guards were and everything. Because they have like half this section is everyone in furry costumes and Naruto outfits and Attack on Titan. And then across this curtain, there's armed guards, and then there's people in like $10,000 suits walking through for their meals. And you're just like, you want to help the lady, but you're like, I don't want to get shot at. Thinking someone in a Naruto outfit's going to bum rush the president.
As long as
we change my taxes.
It's like that stupid time at fucking Anime Matsuri, I think, when Hillary Clinton was at the hotel we were staying at because they were doing some kind of Democrat rally. I don't know. But I was in my King Mexico outfit, poncho, sombrero.
They fucking applauded you.
I fucking go to the lobby and they're like cheering and applauding like I'm like, they never seen a Mexican before. What the fuck?
They never saw a Mexican.
That's right. And I'm wondering what the fuck is going on. This is the same story where I almost got fucking deported. Because I didn't realize that the Republican protesters outside were protesting a Democrat Party rally. I thought they were extremist Christians protesting the convention.
Nope.
That explains why one of them had a sign that said Latinos for Trump. I'm like, what the fuck does Trump have to do with Jesus? I mean, Senor Cheeto Puff.
No.
And like, I'm fucking
No,
with them.
he def-
Orale. And
Yeah,
then they
well-
call the cops on me. And here come the police officers. So I'm like, so I go from orale to chip chip cheerio. Hello, officer. How can I help you today? Dude, I thought I was gonna get fucking deported, dude. They're asking me for my ID. They're asking me why I'm there. Dude, I'm a guest here. Wait on my cards, valet park. Like, you can't tell me to piss off because I'm staying here.
Oh yeah.
But they told me I had to get off the sidewalk. You gotta go over there because you're pissing off the white people.
That's fair.
Dude, one of them literally called the cops on me. Like, I'm gonna fucking say that about them. Like, fuck you, dude. I'm never mowing your lawn again.
Speaking of Odelay, you guys are talking about
Odelay? You said that. That was so fucking whitewashed. And I'm so sorry.
I know it's just
That
that
was
way.
great.
I'm like, I know I'm going to butcher it, but no. You guys are all familiar with the comedian Gabriel Iglesias, right? Fluffy.
yeah.
Gabriel Iglesias, yeah.
I've been a big fan of him for years, and we initially were going to go to one of his comedy events the day after our wedding this past year, but thanks to COVID, that kind of got a little delayed. But I'm still an avid fan of Fluffy, and we went and saw him live. Dude's freaking hilarious.
Fluffy guy.
I've been wanting to cosplay him for a while, and in the day and age of cosplay, I wanted to be very careful how I did it.
Yeah.
Because anything you do can be misconstrued. So nothing was done makeup wise, anything. I just trimmed my beard a little bit. Well, Halloween happened, and it was like a full moon, and it was on a Saturday, and it was all this other stuff. We were going to go ghost hunting. But I was trying to think,
Oh god, that was a fun Halloween.
oh, that very much was fun Halloween. And I'm trying to think, I want to wear something simple that I can ghost hunt in, but it's not all big and bulky. And all my costumes usually are pretty big and bulky. And we were going to downtown Chicago.
I mean,
So I
there's
couldn't
really
wear-
not much to a Fluffy cosplay. It's just
Not really, yeah.
Wear a Hawaiian shirt, and that's it.
You gotta have the hat. You gotta have the
He's
facial hair.
Fluffy,
And you got
pretty pale.
I did the goatee, I did the bowling shirt, I had the hat, I had the shorts, and then I just did the double chin. Well, what was funny was there was no intention put into like perfecting that. It was just one of those, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to take a funny photo and send it to a friend. And he posted on Twitter and he goes, "What is everyone dressed as today?" And I just casually threw that image out. I'm like, I'm just dressed as a funny comedian. And a few minutes later, my phone's blowing up while we're eating dinner. And I'm like, what's going on? And he retweeted it. And I'm just going like, oh God. Oh, but it was good because when you're in the cosplay community long enough, a retweet can either be really good or really bad.
Yeah, that can make or break in a way.
It's just oh no. But what was funny, I love the only critique I got was, man, Fluffy doesn't have no soul patch up there. And I'm like, old school Fluffy does. New school trims it away. So
Yeah,
I got away with
OG.
being lazy. But he liked it. And I'm just like, okay, that's kind of cool. But speaking of Halloween, who's played Phasmophobia? Okay. All right.
I don't play games I want to play, so no.
I know it's a couple months. Halloween was back, but Phasmophobia is this kind of ghost hunter video game where you got to figure out who the ghost is and whatnot. So that motivated us on Halloween to actually go with ghost hunting gear and night vision and trying to go hunt at a location we knew that was probably haunted. And so we had permission, went and did that, had like night vision cameras, and we did EVP and we did EMF detectors. And we actually found some stuff that night where there was the place we were searching at had a bunch of old antiques. And there were two old stone statues that used to be like griffin-like statues on the side of a building that kept giving my microphone huge interference that I could not hear at the time. But when I watched it in post, every time I got near them, it would instantly start giving static to my mic. And I go, well, first off, I have to go with the technical end. There could be a legit reason of why it's doing this, like interference or whatnot. The only thing that would come up that remotely give me the issue I had is people like, well, if you use a wireless mic, it's going to do this. And I go, no, I did a wired in mic and there should be no issue. I had none of that issue before. And we even had lights appear in the pitch black dark on camera, which was interesting. And I go, okay, maybe that's just reflected light. But it got to a point where it was starting to kind of nervous a little bit. I'm like, all right, okay, there might be something up here. Well, the only way to get up there is a locked set of stairs or an old school elevator system from the 70s.
Yep.
One of those. It fits 4 people at most, and it's very slow up, very slow down. So we go in there. We've used this elevator hundreds of times, never had an issue.
Yep. Until night.
Full moon.
White people.
Dark. We're trying to go back downstairs, and everyone's getting a little unnerved. I'm like, okay, maybe this is our cue to go. Because my friend Alex kept going, I keep hearing stuff over here. And you'd hear like what sounds like feet moving. And I'm just like, ugh. Because it's an apartment that hasn't been occupied in 5 years. So we get on the elevator, doors close, and you don't feel it move. It vibrates a little bit. And then you're like, okay, like 20 seconds, the door will open. The door didn't open. I'm like, okay. All right. And I'm like, all right, I know the technical aspect of this. I'm like, all right, let's reset this, turn this back on. Nothing. And then it started it vibrated really hard. And then the door opened and we're still on the same floor. I'm like, okay.
Okay, maybe it's a fluke.
Fucking, you should have left already.
So I hard reset it and I go, okay, there's a technical reason for this. And the door closes and everyone goes, oh, we just got out of it. I'm like, no, it'll work. And then it vibrated really hard. And I'm like, okay. And then it opened back up on that. And I go, you know what? That's my cue. I went right to the door just long enough for Alex to go, is the door alarmed? And I slammed it open. I go, I don't care. And I went downstairs and I got down. And it was just hilarious because then like later when I got home, I wasn't really unnerved until I got home an hour later and started looking over the footage. And that's when I started picking up the interference on the footage. And then everyone goes, you all right? I'm like, we're not doing that again. I like it. You white folk messing around with ghosts. You don't know what you're messing with, child. Yeah. I always go in with like a certain level of respect to the surrounding. But I'm very curious of what might come up. So it's not like we were going around like, oh, whatever, like all these ghost shows. We were respectful with the surrounding, but I think we kind of noticed something was going on there.
Yeah.
That sounds like I want to go in on that next time.
Nah, I'll be the spotter on the outside. It's like, all right, let me know when you're gonna leave.
My response to this whole thing is,
Hell no.
oh hell no.
White people.
Yep, that you're the white people. The definition of piss off Casper.
I don't know. I still like it. It was fun. I'll do it again. I would love to go.
Like, I would not.
Response. Like,
I would not.
horrifying.
I will not fuck with Casper. First off, I'm going.
It's like dropping on an airplane, and your first parachute doesn't work, so you have to use your emergency one. It's like, it was great. I want to do it again. No, that's a sign. Don't do it.
You know what? Run, mother fluffer, because those ain't Joe Rogan kids.
Run, mother fluffer.
Well, I mean, I approach everything like I approach cosplay overkill. So
Yeah, there's normal people, and then there's Brad.
well,
This
when
is true.
when we
But
play airsoft, it's
We
everyone.
Mexicans don't like fucking with spirits because it might be somebody that's related to us that we owe money to. So
I got hit with a
That's
sandal. What
fair.
the fuck?
That's fair. Well, no, it was a couple other friends of mine that do YouTube did a thing. I can't remember what charity it was, but like Lord Minion and a couple of the other ones that he streams with had this thing where they reached a certain goal. They would do Phasmophobia in real life for all their streamers. And I've been talking to Wade, and I'm like, Wade, I have all the gear to do this. He's like, well, when COVID restrictions are lifted, they're going to go to the mental hospital in Kentucky and go do this there. The one that you can go do the tours in. And I'm like, Wade, I will drive there for free if you let me film this. If you let me be one of the camera guys. He goes, well, do you want any recognition? No, I don't want recognition. I want to be there to watch you guys scream your heads off. Because I've had friends that have toured it. It's a great place if you ever want to go to like a really cool like haunted location. It's the old mental hospital, the insane asylum. I don't know why. Again, I just white people when you look at me. I like scary stuff. I used to work in a facility that was a 24-hour care facility that used to be the old hospital. And some of the stuff that we had to access to get for storage, so like the clientele that would live there, were all I can say is they were medically dependent. They had to be near a nurse at all times. I like it. It doesn't set the nope alarm off at all.
Kentucky's an alarm by itself.
I'm brave or stupid. I don't know what, but for us to get their winter clothes, we have to go down to storage. Storage is where the old morgue was. And I did not design it that way. That's how work had it. And the light switch is not inside the door.
This space. I wonder why.
I know. No, it's a huge space. And then you had to go into the center of the room. It is pitch black dark there.
Look at all these drawers.
Oh, God.
Well, those have all been gutted out. They'd all put like shelving units in there. They'd taken it all out. But it's this concrete lined room meant to be, keep cold. And you go in there and it is creepy. And then, of course, for us to get to the next facility over, there's a tunnel underground that goes up one of those old slide gate elevators that goes up like in Resident Evil when you go between locations. It was fun because to get to the gym, you could access it underground, and it was always fun when we hauled stuff. Oh, I don't know.
It was nice the last time you'll be on the show because you're about to get murdered by ghosts, I guess.
Spooky. I'll go pop an edible and just be like, bring it. Come on, let's go.
Edibles.
Now.
Well, I mean, it's like Maddie can confirm with you. I'm the guy that when everyone plays airsoft normally, everyone's all like, oh, I've got my M4 and I got all my other stuff. I'm the guy that's sitting there with a face shield and a shotgun. And they're like, wait, everyone's got fully automatic weapons and you're going with a shotgun? Yeah. I scared a dude. Since we can swear on this, I scared a dude shitless one day when we were playing because I was using a gas-powered shotgun. Now, this is airsoft, so it shoots pellets in it, for those who don't know. And my shotgun can shoot 3 or 6 shots per pump. And when you load it with fresh gas, it does what's called, it fires hot. So it looks like you've got like gas expelling out of it. So it kind of looks like a blank or whatnot. Now, these things are safe. We wear protection, everything else like this. And it's raining and it's cold outside. So it makes the gun go off even more. That, no. Our friend John goes and plays with a foam sword. I was reading the comment right here. But we had a guy next to me that had MG42, was laying down cover fire, but we kept getting pinned because this one dude kept camping us at a spot. And I got so sick and tired because that was the day that like everyone else was breaking the guns with our gear. And I had to give my M4 to someone else because I was stuck with a shotgun.
I slipped in the mud.
Yeah, you fell in the mud. Nick fell in the mud with my gear. So I just said, screw it. I was soaking wet. I went out and just started laying into the dude. He came out, looked at me, just boom, 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 boom. He couldn't get out of his mouth before he slipped and just ran the other direction. We got through. That was fun. That was the day that Jeff's gun fell apart because he lost the center.
Oh my God, I remember that.
But yeah, I mean, you don't got time to reload. Just go through there and just take the team out. So,
oof, I've been ignoring the comments. Blank Sonic's been blowing up the comments.
I'm raiding them. I just have them on there.
With airsoft, you have several different kinds of weapons, so you can
get. That's technically air.
Yeah. Well, it's the green gas weapon. It's technically a form of propane. You can use what's known as HPA, high pressurized air. I have a shotgun / minigun that uses HPA. You can do the rifles to run on HPA. You can use the green gas propellant for pistols. You can use spring-powered weapons, or you can also use what are known as an AEG, or an automatic electric.
Why reload when you could sword?
No, that's the thing. Our field does allow foam boffer weapons as that. You can use rubber weapons, or you can use the LARP swords, because we have a biohazard mode where if you die, you become a zombie, and that's the only way you can stop them or stun them is with like foam weapons. One of our friends actually has one of those foam katanas you buy at conventions that they're like, it's legal. So, I mean, I can make a cloud buster sword.
Maddie, do you go with him on his ghost busting adventures?
Oh, yeah, I did. I tagged along on that. That was, well, first because I was the one who had the key for the elevator, and we're just kind of like, as you said, we're like, are we going down? Are we not? And then we're just like, yeah, no, stairs it is.
What was funny is it was Halloween and everyone was in cosplay. So Maddie was dressed as On from Persona. Alex was dressed as RE3 Jill. I was dressed as Fluffy. Becca was dressed as Akechi, and we were all ghost hunting in cosplay.
You would not see Gabriel Iglesias go.
So is that the?
No,
is
no.
this
They
the? Is
bribe
this
me with
the?
donuts.
Is this the Left 4 Dead mod everyone talks about?
Yeah,
It could
Left
be.
4 Dead mod.
Feels like a Left 4 Dead mod.
Oh, with Casper.
Who's ready for the technical third Left 4 Dead this summer?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a new one.
I can't remember the name they changed it to, but
It's Back for Blood.
Back for Blood.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's basically a spiritual successor in a way.
Well, yeah, they can't legally call it Left 4 Dead 3, but like we're the same company that made Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and we made you Left 4 Dead 3. We can't call it that.
What is this?
It's Back for Blood.
Back for
Back
Blood.
for Blood.
Mm-hmm.
I thought World War Z was kind of like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead.
It was very damn close to it. It was very damn close.
Because it's almost the exact same thing.
It is.
With Brad Pitt.
Well, it runs on the same system. It's the same teamwork. It's got your specials, and you got your zones to clear and your crescendos. But the beta for Back for Blood's out, and oh my god, if you guys like Left 4 Dead, this thing's amazing.
I do like it, so I'm gonna check it out. I was laughing earlier, by the way, at what SJ sent us because it's like a cosplay of a horse.
No, it's the Dinobot.
No, masses.
Like
That's
you're calling me a dumbass. I'm like I'm taking real quick glances at it because I'm trying to do the podcast, and it kind of looks like a fucking pinata. That's what it. First off, it looks like a pinata.
Well,
I know a pinata when I see one. That definitely looks like a fucking.
Get rid of the caption. Which caption's that? I can't see it.
Hollow-eyed guest.
Oh, it's Grimlock.
Yeah, Grimlock from
Yes.
Transformers.
Get rid of that too. No, yeah. So that's my friend's older brother. This is at 2011 BotCon in Pasadena, California, and he was asking for some help putting on Grimlock, and that's me trying to help.
It looks like you're praying to him.
I didn't realize my friend took that picture, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice."
I would have pissed somebody off. Hey man, I love your pinata cosplay. Do you have candy?
But no, that one was fun because that was yes. And coincidentally, that's when Greg Berger was there. So we actually he actually can walk in the thing. He can move around. The voice actor that did Grimlock. And so we actually had Greg riff and the jaw actually moved. So the cosplay was actually talking.
So Grimlock is the T-Rex looking thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know who.
That's okay.
Grimlock is part of the Dinobots.
Yes. Full on friendship.
I didn't watch Transformers.
No, you're fine. But I was trying, and his younger brother is the one I showed you guys earlier. The one at 2010 BotCon in Walt Disney World. That's where I first met him, and oh my Jesus, that King Starscream costume was just fully mobile. He actually can do the voice, and so he actually in the if you
do as I command.
I tried.
Pull it up.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Which picture? I didn't save that picture yet.
Pulled it up. Yeah, like besides, we're running out of time anyway. We got to talk to our guest.
I'm working on this. So I'll talk just a second.
So as far as this year go, like okay, just from both of y'all, like do y'all see yourselves going to any conventions this year, even with the vaccine?
We are going to be very careful. Go ahead, Maddie.
No, I was gonna say I know. Listen, I would love to go back to a con. I really, really would. But I'm not gonna throw caution to the wind. But I know that Brad and I might be going to Anime St. Louis because it looks like the convention will not be able to cancel it or postpone just due to contracts and all that stuff. So I think so far that is on the table. But I think for any other cons, it's still up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like I initially went to school to be a nurse, so I've approached this. I've actually worked in a full biohazard containment facility and certain things I'm not allowed to mention, but I know how to like handle stuff like this. Does not mean that I am saying this audacity wise of, oh, throw caution to the wind. I'm being smart how I approach this. We are going to try and safely attend Anime St. Louis, even if it's just to hang out in the room or carefully coordinate ourselves with certain people that we like making sure of who interacts with who, and or we just may even just go as a fancy weekend to go to St. Louis and the con might be there. I don't know. It depends on it. As of what's going on, we haven't really think convention wise. We've been doing these little Power Ranger meet and greets they're doing at the comic shop with the Power Ranger protection program, and that's actually, to me, I feel like if you can do a con like that where it's socially distanced and spaced out and people don't interact with each other, I think you can still safely integrate into stuff like that, because they've not had anything with the stuff that Font or JDF or the In Space actors have done. And I think that's actually a very good way of people interacting and helping out the comic shops, because it's really putting a lot of lifeblood into them. I know like Catherine, the Pink Rangers actors doing this stuff down south, and Bulk and Skull's actors and Zordon's actors, and they're really trying to help these comic shops. Do I think conventions are going to start back up this year? Some are going to have to because of contracts, because some states don't have limits right now. Like I know Missouri does not have any. I mean, safely, if we cycle the vaccine in like we should this year, fingers crossed, let's just say everything goes well and we fix production issues. I mean, the fact that we have a vaccine in a matter of a year is amazing.
You said vaccine, and then
Compared to, like,
Brad?
okay, let me try. Can you guys hear
You
me?
might
again?
want to.
Yeah, but you stop moving. Oh, there you go. Now you're moving.
Okay.
Now he's
Can you hear me?
moving.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I don't know what it is with the net for next time. So it gets integrated well enough. I don't think there should be an issue for this late fall for conventions to start coming back at lower capacity. I don't see an issue. To me, it's no different than going to Walmart. You're interacting with people no differently than your Walmart. I think actually conventions could set it up to where it's cleaner than people you interact with at Target or Walmart or getting your food or not. Because let's face it, anyone who's worked retail knows how dirty and disgusting some of these retail stores are. Anyone who's worked in the back knows what I'm talking about. But again, you just don't stick everything in your mouth, and that's half the issue right there. Again,
I can see mask wearing lasting another
A year or two.
at least 3 years.
yeah, I can see that. Year and a half. I mean, if the vaccine integrates well enough, again, I'm saying this as an air of caution, we should be safe for a majority of it, but that's best case scenario. So yeah, mask wearing will probably be a more common thing, and Japan does it all the time, so I don't see why it wouldn't.
Well, that's right. I think it's going to be like here to stay from now on, because I could see it more in the pub when you're going out in public versus having
Outside of
people
your
at your
house.
place.
Mhm.
The fuck?
Actually-
that was random.
it's like King Starscream.
Funny thing is,
Because this goes back to like what we were talking about earlier when you guys were talking about that Optimus
Oh, that's
Prime
cool.
cosplayer, and I think I know which. I didn't go to it, so that's Grimlock's little brother actually. In the thing they took that for a year. That's like styrofoam and PVC pipe and all kinds of stuff, fully mobile and everything. And then the chest plate that's actually two stars, and he actually has a headset. He actually does a really good impression of that Starscream, and it's a shitty picture of the face, but he's actually got like flashlights in there for the eyes, so the eyes are glowing, and the wings are in the back. But you could have, but going back, you can also see me there for scale. Yeah, that thing's like
I think
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
we saw you.
with my little bee hat, and so that thing is literally 3 times my size. So that's a 15-foot tall King Starscream costume.
How
right
tall
there.
are you? You're like,
5'3", 5'4".
yeah, you're not that tall.
Thank you.
She's shorter than me. Wow.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Damn it. That's not what I meant.
Aw.
What the fuck? This is random too. Look at this.
This is
That's
big girl
where
six.
Hey,
it's random
Max.
cosplays. I'm just like, oh, here's a cosplay I like doing.
That's Baymax.
The
fuck's
funny thing
Baymax doing?
was Baymax. This was in the summer again, but it was cool enough. I had so many kids love me in this costume, but he's squat in this costume because you guys were talking earlier about you can't. Well, I saw you in the cosplay. How come you didn't say hi? And I'm like, I couldn't.
Is
see
it?
squat.
Wait, no. Don't you fucking go back. Is this Jace in the background?
No.
No, he wasn't at this one. This was Anime Iowa.
Okay, because that looks like Jace a little. If you look at it, I want someone look at the way he's looking at Baymax. I want someone to look at me that way.
Everyone who has a cosplay should have a cosplay where someone's the background, just in awe. It's like, oh, I've got one of them. Those are fun to have.
But no, I had a kid. Jeff was my hero, and he was my handler in it. So he kept me hydrated and I had my sweat rag with me. Because oh my god, yeah, I sweat like a whore in church on Sunday and that. And what was interesting was a bunch of little kids loved it, and they would come up and they would hug me. But majority of that was made with flexible camping foam. So anyone who's done Boffer or LARP knows exactly what I built it with. It's very springy. And I had this kid just go, and I can't see who it is, Baymax, and they just run up and they hit me and bounce right off. And it wasn't soft. The kid got some air with this. And I could see the parents were in front of me going, oh no. And Jeff goes, oh God. And I'm like, I am Baymax. I cannot see anything. And then he got up and he was like, if nothing happened, and he just hugged me and latched onto my leg. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Very carefully. Hi. What's funny was
you just went high and like rubbed your head, and then an arm came in on Sonic's camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you know how most Hispanic families could be. You know, when they go to sleep and they always do that Padre Dios Santo man, like right at or some shit. So he was about to do that, and then he sees the camera, so he's like, he was about to coast my face. It's like, oh wait, hold on, here you go.
Wait, let me put my hand underneath. There we go. And
they're calling you short, SJ.
Facts.
Oh,
Not short.
oh, I love it. Swole Baymax and his sidekick grape juice box.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, Jeff, when Jeff and I cosplay, Jeff's going to be my best man. He is literally Vegeta in real life. I mean, he got into cosplay and he's just like, is Dragon Ball still relevant? And this is like, yeah.
So he's short and has a bad case of hemorrhoids.
Yeah, he's got a temper. Let's put it that way. So
Definitely.
But yeah, that was like the first con we took him to, and he goes, man, this is fun. And like 2 weeks beforehand, I'm like, do you want to dress as anything? He goes, I don't know. Then he starts working at Baymax. He goes, is it too much to ask if I can go as a like kind of a cosplay? And I'm like, what do you want me to make? It's kind of 2 weeks before the con. I think Hero would be cool. So that's why it looked like it was very rushed, because it was like I finished Baymax like literally 5 minutes before we went to Disney shoot.
Hey, I finished my Megazord in 2 weeks before Acon, or was it Comic Palooza? I forgot.
Comic Palooza, I believe. Or
Yeah,
Akon.
it was Comic Palooza. I think it was Comic Palooza.
Okay.
Because I'm very fucking last minute. I'm gonna make this cosplay. I'll announce it 6 months before the con, and then like 3 days before the convention, I better start on it. Fuck. Like the Digimon I won, I actually made that 2 days before I was supposed to debut. I was like, fuck.
War Greymon.
Yeah, the Omnimon. I made Omnimon,
right.
and I fucking I worked on it for like an hour, and then I took like a 4-hour break. I was like, oh, that's a lot of hard work. Gonna go take a quick lunch break, and then I'll be back. And like fucking 4 hours later, it's like, oh shit. That's why it didn't come out as good as I wanted to, but people liked it. Like, let me see. I know I keep showing it, but I like it because 2 of my favorite Power Rangers are on there.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So I want it to be much taller. That took me 2 weeks, by the way. That was 2 weeks of work.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Imagine what
It's
you
really
could do
good.
in the whole 6 months.
I know, right? All right, I spent 2 hours working on this cosplay this week, but I spent 6 days resting.
And on the 7th day, he rested.
Yeah, I did. Wait, no. On the 7th day, I worked, and then the 6 days, I rested.
You worked 1 day out of the 7.
That's why I'm like, damn, God, fuck. It's a lot of work.
The opposite.
I glued some shit together. It was like, oh, I'm done. No, but I want to make it taller. I don't want to be 9 feet tall, but I want to be like 7 or 8 feet at least. I'm almost 6 feet, so I guess 7 feet won't work, so it's gonna have to be like 8 or 9, I guess. Damn, that's a big cosplay though. I'm not gonna win any cosplay contests because they won't let me on.
Because
Boo.
Somebody up north ruined it for everybody.
Oh god.
Jay should cosplay Chris Sabat so he can bamboozle.
I hopefully will be seeing Chris Sabat
Next week.
next week.
Is he doing like a comic shop appearance or something? Or?
Yeah, he'll be appearing at Madness Comics in Dallas, right?
Yeah,
In Plano, Texas, actually.
Plano, my bad. In the Dallas Fort Worth area. There you go.
they have like a guest like every week. They had who's the dude who played Kevin Sorbo? They had him as a guest. They had to cancel him because he had a huge outrage.
Chris Abbott better show up. He lives like right across the street.
I know he lives in the Dallas area, so he should be there. But yeah, hopefully if
I
I
met
get
him one time and it was actually kind of awkward.
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah.
He's a huge T-word supporter, and so they got a lot of backlash, so they had to cancel his appearance.
We met Chris Sabat in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, and he got wrecked by the chick who played he got wrecked on Twitter.
Oh my god, that was beautiful. That was wonderful.
I'm gonna put on my Chris Sabat hat and go meet Chris Sabat.
Okay, so this goes to both Maddie and Brett. If there's one voice actor or anyone in general that you would like to meet when you start going back to cons, like give me anything, Power Rangers, anime, comics, the cute chick at Walmart.
She's a voice actor too.
She probably is.
No, my biggest one I've always wanted to meet, and I know GalaxyCon is doing a thing next month, but I want to meet Dan Green. He's like my childhood favorite voice actor.
Who does he voice?
He voiced Yugi in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
And like half the people in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Yeah, have to pretty much like a shit ton of
all of the extras. He's like all of them.
Yeah,
Let me put it like this. I have autographs from some Dragon Ball Z voice actors. I don't even know their fucking names.
It do be like that sometimes.
I'm like, hey, you're Bardock. How do you know? Because I looked you up on the program and it has your picture.
Dan Green's
voice of Bardock.
Dan Green did a lot of stuff in GX. So did Wayne Grayson in the background. So did Sean Shamel.
Yeah.
Geez,
Yugs.
I fucking hate Sean.
Well, what was funny was like the first time I met Sean, I went and because it was like I'd like to get the Goku autograph. This was like 2012, and he was at a con in Michigan, and his first one of that day is just all sold out, and I'm just like, all right, well, I guess that's all I came here for because we were just doing one day. And then later that day they were in a special one, but everyone in line, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, and I got up to him. And he's just like, oh, yeah, like that, and I just waved out some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he goes right into the Crowler voice and just starts talking back and forth. And he's like, oh, yes, right for Saka and everything else. And the handler goes, what voice is this? Because he'd been doing Goku all day. And everyone's like, do the Kamehameha. And he's like, I can't. But he was so excited to talk about Crowler and Ojama Yellow and all the other stuff he'd done. But like voice actors we would like to meet. Well, because of all the cosplay, like the quarantine stuff, I've been able to get some of the autographs I've never been able to get, like Roger Craig Smith and a couple of the others. But if I can meet any voice actor ever, or ones that I could still see.
Are they dead?
No, we were gonna go with that are still alive.
That you could potentially go and meet.
That you can potentially meet. That you think would go to a con. It doesn't have to be an anime con. It could be a Comic Con or.
I would have to say any voice actor, like cartoons or TV.
I would have to say Roger Craig Smith. I would still like to meet.
Who does he voice?
Roger Craig Smith
Ezio. He voices Ezio in Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry, Brad.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm like, wait, you had your spiel earlier about it.
Yeah. He voices Ezio. He voices Chris Redfield. He voices Sonic. Well, he was the most recent voice of Sonic.
Oh, he's the guy that quit.
No, he didn't. Well, that's debatable if he quit or he resigned. It doesn't. We don't know.
Okay, well, he's the guy that's no longer the voice of Sonic.
Yeah, he was the
reason his contract ran up. So.
Okay. And also, they said Sega's moving on to like other, because there's another rumor going around that said the writers are not doing Sonic anymore either.
Honestly, I think it's more black and white than people think. I think his contract right now, and he just wants to pursue other.
Yeah, probably that because other voice actors were coming to his defense in a way like Tara Strong. She was like, "Oh, shame on these people who are like replacing all these voice actors," and all. I'm like, "Whoa, okay, so there's more than this than we know."
First of all, Tara Strong has a voice in every show. She does not need to be repping people.
Well, like people who do contract stuff
like
this.
Shut up. You got work, okay?
Yeah, like do this are very limited to what they can do because they're under contract restrictions. It's like why a lot of time when people are like, I can't believe this Marvel actor's not doing this anymore. A lot of people are like, I'm glad to get out from underneath the contract. It paid amazing, but that's all I lived and breathed X amount of time. I know that's why Tennant didn't do Doctor Who anymore because he's like, I love the role, it's great, but I don't get to see my family at all because I'm constantly recording. But no, like Roger Craig Smith was also one of my favorite ones. I want to get him to sign. Is he was the animated Captain America from all the Marvel shows, and I want him to sign my shield because I actually have a majority of the Marvel animated has signed my Captain America shield. And like Fred Tatasciore, who's the Hulk in Soldier 76 and a bunch of other stuff, just wrote big bold letters. He's like, "Oh, Hulk smash!" And I like it. Laura Bailey's is like, "Fred, you save space for the rest of us." He signed. He goes, "Hulk, no care. Hulk, sign more."
No, Travis, he was like a kid in the candy store when he was signing your shield.
Oh yeah, no, it's like I learned going to cons enough throughout time that you find an item and you just let everyone sign it. That way, it's so much better than having 500 photos from the same series. You have that one item, and it was what Jeff Goldblum signed it. Mark Ruffalo signed it.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is really cool. He's really kind of a sassy guy. He was very energetic when we met him.
But somebody photoshopped his face on a buffalo, and they called him Mark Ruffalo.
Okay, and there's always those memes where it's like, "What are you laughing at? Nothing in your head."
It's Mark Buffalo.
Mark Buffalo.
There's only two.
What he would get the person to sign. What would Maddie get Dan Green to sign?
A Knuckles figure.
I don't.
Have him sign your butt.
Have him sign a DVD copy of the hentai he voiced.
Oh yeah, he did sign that. He did play us. He did play that. That's right.
No, I.
Hey, I'm the bold, stupid one, so I'll go for it if you're not going to say it, Maddie.
Wait, what?
He called himself stupid.
Yeah, he called himself stupid.
Everyone's all afraid to do stuff, and Brad's all like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Fighting Ghost.
Oh, fuck no. I'm not afraid to do shit, okay? I've told what's his face to his face, like, look, for $30, if I want you to sign my ass, you're going to sign my ass.
Yeah, he said the story so many times we could probably say it word for word.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Actually, no, wait a minute. I got a funny story with that. So this is back when. Okay, so I was at Anime Midwest. I think it was either the second or like the last one I was ever going to go to. DC Douglas was a guest at it, and there was a gal I knew, and she's like, "You know what? I'm going to have DC Douglas sign my tits." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Okay, I can't wait to see this when this happens." So I get in line for the autograph, and it's being managed like piss poor because Midwest, and I'm like, okay, well, she's going through the line and all that stuff, and she eventually gets to the end, and literally DC Douglas is like announces, he's like, "That is my first hit that I ever get to sign." And I am just losing my shit. I'm like,
pop that cherry.
Hey, I've done it. I've gotten signed somebody's tits before. Somebody asked,
huh? You want to hear the most interesting gift ever?
I was going to say, they kept telling everybody I was Maui, so the girls were like, "Can I have your autograph?" Absolutely. Sure. I was drunk.
I don't know exactly what it is you're going to talk about.
So I'm going to tell you guys the most interesting gift I've ever given a voice actor. So DC Douglas has a panel called, it's a fan fiction panel. That's all I'm legally able to call it because of if anyone went to the originals, don't know why I'm saying that. So he's very theater, very interactive. And some of these fan fictions are very great. And he pulls people up in the audience. They read with them. It's a really fun panel. Well, one of the fan fictions involves Resident Evil 5 Wesker. And if anyone's ever played Resident Evil 5 knows that the ultimate form of Wesker, or Boros, has all these black tentacles and everything. So I thought it would be hilarious at Amkey, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And he needs a prop. He needs a prop to wield for physical representation for a character because he had an inanimate object that was being voiced by someone, but we never technically physically had a person or something to represent it. So we bought an 8-inch black dildo and gave it to him as a gift because it was the closest it looked like an Ouroboros tentacle. Now, as someone who was staff con, I had to be very careful how I approached this. So I approached staff. It was sealed completely. You can see we had not tampered with it. It was still in the box.
Used.
Oh, no. And I walked up to staff, and it was a lovely African-American lady. And I asked her, and I said, okay, I have a gift for DC Douglas. You guys are aware I am. I was staff at the convention, but I was off that year. And I go, I'm giving him a gift. You're aware of his panel? She goes, yeah, I'm aware of it. You're aware that, well, to get him anything too big, we looked for a double dong. They did not have any that were Selak. And I'm reading the comment, and it goes, only 8 inches. And I go, okay, it has to be packed in a suitcase. So I walk up, and I go, now do not be alarmed. This is sealed and everything. And she goes, what is this? And she opened, goes, she's giving me the why the fuck are you? And she's like, you know what? Whatever, give it to him. He has to choose whether or not he accepts this. So I approach him, DC Douglas. We've been friends with him for years. So he looks at me and goes, okay. Now I came prepared. I brought him a nice gift in exchange. So I made him a custom figure of RE5 Wesker to butter him up. I gave it to him, gave him the figure. He's all happy. He goes, oh, this is awesome. He's taking a photo. I go, I have one more gift for you. He's like, okay. And we're the autograph area doing this. And he's like, all right. And I hand him the box. And he goes, it's in a box. It's an Amazon box. I'm like, yeah. Until you open it. And he opens it, instantly closes it. And he goes, why is it black? What? Is this a dildo? And he's going red-faced. And I've never seen this guy go red-faced before. And he goes, and I'm like, well, okay, this is a prop for your thing. And I'm explaining it. And he goes, okay, but it's going to look weird. A white boy from LA winging around a black dick on stage. I go, no. You have the person who reads it. He goes, okay, I'll humor you. I'll do this once. But if the person doing this does not feel comfortable, they don't have to do it. I'm like, that's fair. So the next day is the panel. They do the panel. I'm waiting for that one thing. It gets to the thing where it's the penis reading is what it is. And the guy takes it and he goes, all right, I was given a gift by a fan. This is a prop for this. He's being all forward. And the guy who's reading for the penis goes, oh, this is fucking awesome. He went all in.
Oh, yeah.
And he's winging this thing around and flexing it in front of his face. And there's a spot where him and the dick are talking, and he's just jabbing DC in the mouth with this thing. Floppy penis and everything. And DC Douglas is doing this. Yes, I'm trying to read it right now. And he's trying not to laugh. But the better part was he's got a fan fiction that involves Sonic the Hedgehog, where he's trying to screw Sonic to steal the power of the Chaos Emeralds for Albert Wesker or something. So he picks people in cosplay to read certain things so we came prepared. I made a Sonic the Hedgehog head for one of our friends, who is Jeff, who is also dressed as Chris Redfield with the Sonic the Hedgehog head and got picked. And he got up there and he Naruto ran on stage, went up and just hugged DC. And DC just lost his shit. But, oh my God, if you guys ever get a chance to go to this panel, it's the best fucking panel I've ever been to. Next to...
It's kind of like...
slaps him with a dildo.
It's like the panel we do, because we do a terrible fan fiction reading panel. And
it's fun. It's fun.
We read a story where Donald Trump was building a wall around Shrek Swamp. And they end up hooking up. They end up having ogre orange babies. And like I was walking around the panel reading it to everybody, all like getting into it. Like I was even gonna have the little like the robe and the pipe, but I couldn't get it in time. So my friend turns the microphone around, and as I'm walking around, I accidentally lean into the microphone and it touches my butt. And I jump up and I throw my phone in the audience. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I mistook it for something else. Because there's a lot of the word penis in the story. And that should happen 3 times. And I said out loud to the crowd, if this microphone touches me inappropriately again, it owes me dinner and a movie. But speaking of which, so just to let everybody know, our terrible fan fiction reading thing is going to come back. And I think it's going to start next week, and it's going to be every Saturday.
Nice.
So what it is we read the shittiest fan fiction we can find. We don't fix the grammar. We don't fix the words that are misspelled. We have to read it as it is written and just try to pronounce all the words.
Oh, perfect.
And like, yeah, someone misspelled Gothic and put Goofic.
That shit never gets old.
Multiple times.
I like big titty Gothic girls.
That was that My Immortal story from the
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter My Immortal story that we had to read. Actually, if you listen to one of the streams that we did, I physically get a headache. Oh, that's actually really. I saw when you were making that. That's really badass. By the way.
Yeah, people are asking what I'm doing with quarantine. When you talk about cosplay, like projects we're working on, I'm redoing RE3 remake Nemesis.
You almost can't tell those are popsicle sticks.
Which ones? Oh, with the teeth?
The
Yeah.
the teeth.
That's cool.
A lot of YouTube taught me how to do some of that stuff because that is not based off of that's from scratch. So,
Oh no, I saw you posting your progress pictures.
oh,
You're like one of them. I think at one of them, I don't know if it said it in the caption, but at one point you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
oh yeah, no.
shit.
I
Yeah.
cranked everything out as quick as I could when it based off of a teaser image, and I was not happy how the original mask looked. I mean, it was enough for photos, but I wanted to redo it. And my friend Katie, who she and I work with a couple different cosplay things, she did the Jill, and we did the photos with that. It was 4 degrees outside when we did these photos, so I have to give props for her and her husband, who was Carlos, and she was Jill, out in the cold doing this, and I'm in the Nemesis winging around this giant rocket launcher with my derpy ass face, and I was trying to feel badass, but every time I saw photos, I'm like, God, the face is really throwing it off for me. But this new mask, and I've got new gloves for it. I'm taking a pair of like Wookiee gloves because they got the right hand build and whatnot on there. And I'm going to be redoing the jacket. I'm going to be doing fire damage on it, so I'm actually going to torch part of the outfit. And I need to kind of re-weather the rocket launcher a bit. But
by the way, this comment's for you, Ben.
okay,
For Brett.
big titty goth girls or something. Hey.
It's the only 8
Oh,
inches.
wait. Gorge. Like big titty goth girls or something, eh, Maxie? Yeah.
Even weirder.
Let me tell you something. I know all about
God.
big titty goth girls. I know everything there is to know. I know everything. Trust me when I say I know. I know. Make America great again.
You sound like Eric Cartman and Donald Trump had a child, and it's beautiful.
A chunky ginger baby.
Yeah.
Trumpman.
God damn it, Kyle. God damn it, Kyle.
Offense. It's very not nice.
I'm out of focus.
All right.
Oh.
So, is there anything you would like to share with us before we go ahead and call it a day?
Maddie?
Because we have gone 10 minutes over our time.
Oh crud! Well, that's what happens when you have too much fun. But no, seriously, thanks guys for letting Brad and I come on your stream. I mean, it's just been a lot of fun just shooting the shit and just nerding out like always.
You didn't say any embarrassing stories about Brad, though. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, we were kind of mad. But you know
Right.
what? You know what? Everyone can have they can. It's easily to have fun, especially with 8 inches involved.
Anything shorter, you're just teasing it. Anything longer, you're playing with it too much.
Anything shorter than that, you lied. You lied on your Tinder.
But no, I just want to say thank you guys for having us on here. It's always a pleasure being on here. When Jace was getting a hold of me earlier, it's like, hey, what are you guys doing on Friday? And I'm like, nothing. What? You want to get on? I'm like, yeah, I like getting on and doing talk stuff like this. It's great. It's fun seeing everyone else. I'm very lonely with the conventions not happening anymore. I miss the idiocy of just hanging out with people and just shooting the shit and doing dumb. I mean,
I'm glad you guys could come on here because y'all have given me a good idea. We're gonna have the podcast screen talk shit to us as well. Because as you were telling your little ghost stories, it had like little messages in the bottom, like oof, and y'all are gonna piss off Casper and shit like that.
Brad, you can't say you're alone and have no one to be with when you literally live with the other person.
Yeah, but they're social distancing even in the damn.
oh yeah,
It's
no.
gonna be you.
She goes over to her mom's or like once a week for like a day just to visit, and she's like, "Oh, I miss you," and I go, "I don't miss I miss the peace and quiet. What? Nothing. I love you,
Oh,
sweet."
Yeah.
No, I love Maddie to pieces. Everyone like that, and yes, I get to live with my future wife, which we're getting married this year, no matter what. Because it's either going to be a tiny small family, or we're going to be lucky enough to have what we wanted to still do, we'll get there when we get there. But no, yeah, we're lucky enough to spend time with each other, and the two cats that we spoil the hell out of to those.
Yeah,
But
Hold on.
oh yeah, that's right. Weiss is right in the background.
Hold on.
Maddie has a
You gotta look at Maddie the same way this shark looks at the other shark.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Little gato. Here's little wife.
Aww.
It's a cat.
She have a mustache?
She does kind of have a little Hitler mustache.
By the way, speaking
boy.
of, there's something I wanted to bring up on the podcast. There's a video called "No Thanks, Bro," and it's Chris Redfield trying to convince Leon to sleep with his sister to knock her up.
I've seen that.
And he's like, oh, dude, you don't understand. She's running out of time. She's got 3 cats. One of them is named Albert Whiskers.
I've seen that artwork going around. I've seen those videos. I appreciated the joke. The rest of the resident community is like, oh, this is stupid. This joke's run the ground. I'm like, jokes. You can still laugh at the joke. It's still funny.
I'm gonna laugh.
I like it. I think it's funny because I like the Christians like, knock my sister up. And Leon's like, oh God, he's after me again.
I think Claire's one of my favorite female characters in the entire Resident Evil franchise.
Cat looks traumatized.
And that cat's like, hey, look, I didn't volunteer to be on the show. I got nothing to talk about.
Where's my hashtag?
She actually likes being held like a baby. Our other cat, Blake, she gets particular. She gets a little squirmy.
Well, Blake's a munchkin mix, and they don't like being held a certain way because of their spinal structure, Maddie. So you got to hold them careful. She's trying to hold it like some stuffed animal, and the cat's like, leave me alone. So, but yeah, no, if thanks again for having us on here. If you guys want to follow like me or Maddie, me, you can. It's Brad Duct Tape Hale on I'm recently on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or whatnot. It's pretty easy to follow. I've been doing a lot of funny Resident Evil 8 cosplay videos on TikTok. I love the freedom of it. I know I sound like a Xenial in saying it, but it's nowhere near as restricted as Twitter or YouTube.
What the fuck is a Xenial?
I don't know, some
After
stupid
millennial?
kid on the internet or something.
It's
It's
like newest I guess the newest generation, I guess.
yeah,
Oh.
they're the teenagers
Gen Z,
now.
basically. Gen Z.
So what's after Gen Z?
Gen Z 2.
Babies. I don't know.
Gen Double Z, Double Zeta Gundam.
That's
Yeah.
my part.
We start using the Omega symbol.
We start
Yeah.
using Gundam names. Double Zeta, Double
Unicron.
Zero, 0083,
When are we gonna get to Gen 00 or something, or Gen Gundam Wing? or something?
Generation
Let's work on
G
Diamond
Gundam,
Control right
G
now.
Fighter, Generation Wing 0.
God, imagine coming across a 5-year-old that doesn't get his way and he just blows it up or something.
That's another cosplay I will share that I want to do. It's is a Gundam cosplay.
I'm there with you on that. Gundam
Gundam
is definitely on the
cool.
bucket list.
I want to cosplay Heavy Arms. He
Go
has
for it.
I want to cosplay OG Gundam.
Oh, RX-78?
Yes.
Yes. The
Oh,
one
wait,
by
wait, wait.
Bay.
Jace, I have a
Hmm.
Texas spin for heavy arms for you. Instead of dual miniguns, you need to have dual leaf blowers.
No, you don't have my permission.
Hey,
Whatever
I'm
blessing.
relatives.
But put like random shit in them and just start blowing them at con attendees. Like put like Pocky in them or like
You
ramen
need to
noodles.
put Febreze in those motherfuckers and spray the cosplayers.
Oh,
with it.
Put like
The
an air
Febreze.
filter.
The Febreze, that's a cosplay I want to do. I want to make a monk outfit random, just like no efficient. And I want to have like when the Catholic Church, they have the incense shifter, but I want it to put off Febreze. And they're like, I bless you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy shit you smell. Amen. And like a holy water bottle, but it's Febreze. I'd have to do the off-brand Febreze because some people are allergic to Febreze, but apparently not the off-brand. So have like scented candles and incense, and just a march of monks. Like, oh, they're just going through the gaming wing, a Gen Con. Oh,
You gave me that idea though for the leaf blower. I'll make different guns, and one's an actual leaf blower.
what was it? If you wanted to like actually find a toy that works pretty good, Walmart's got one of those toy dart gun miniguns that work great. Because I did it when we did like our first Leon and Claire. I converted it and I put like a bunch of PVC pipes on it, and it's the motor's strong enough that you just pull the trigger and it will hum that stuff along really good.
I have a drill. I'll just take
That works.
I'll just do that. It's
Yeah, the
easier.
com won't let me take a lawnmower. At least not a real one.
I mean, you can do what we did in the haunted house. You just make fake, things. We used to do fake.
You lost me
chainsaws
at
out of
haunted
woodwork.
house. You
Goku
lost me at
said
haunted
that.
house. Like
No
as soon
ghost.
as you said haunted house, nope.
You're not a fan of haunted houses?
Fuck no.
He's
I'm
Mexican. He's
I'm
afraid of
brown. Look, I got you. Look, the caption right there.
There's Mexican.
Mexican.
Mexican. Stares back in
All
Irish.
right.
Are we logging off yet?
No, we're going on for
Like, I
3
gotta-
more hours.
Yeah, we were supposed to like
It
let's
has
start
worked.
wrapping up, and then like,
Wrap it up.
all right. So
Right.
no, thank you guys so much for does any of our co-hosts want to share anything?
It's been a pleasure having you guys here. It's always really fun to talk to you guys, especially with
Yeah.
all the stuff going on. I guess a quick plug. Sorry, never mind. I just like
that a
froze. Had
puppy?
like a brief. Yes, he's a
We
little
said
puppy.
Matsuri earlier, so he has to show up every episode.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah.
Hi, little puppy.
Oh, it's a puppy.
I'm more of a dog person,
Hi, puppy.
honestly.
Say hi, puppy. Say
I,
hi.
dog.
I like them both.
Say bye.
Hello.
I would like to plug nothing because I don't
Yeah,
do anything.
I'm very curious, Jace. What have you been drinking this entire stream?
This is vodka and water, but it's got the flavor of squirty stuff.
Oh, I got a new mug, by the
Zero.
way.
Oh, it's Mio. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you get?
Oh, great value, Mio. I don't know if I
Nice.
can spend money on that shit.
Oh,
I've
also,
had this for a while.
actually, I just remember the plug. I'm on YouTube. I'm almost at 500. I'm a couple subscribers away from hitting 500.
Nice.
So I'm pretty happy for that. So if any
That's
of you guys
good. I
have
need
it,
to start promoting Geeks
please.
5 Ever and start doing more content.
so I really appreciate you. Quick plug.
Also, our TikTok. Make sure you check out our TikTok. We're releasing a new video next week. It'll be me in a Pikachu cosplay out in the streets saying, "I will battle for food."
Would have been funny if you didn't give away what we were gonna do.
Oh no, it's gonna be me as Pikachu every week out in the streets with a different sign.
There you go.
Neat.
Did you guys see the Pikachu? Go ahead. I'm sorry. What? I cut now. Okay, never mind. Did you guys see the Pikachu video where someone had the inflatable Pikachu comes in a game shop and there's plush Pokemon on the counter and they're like, Pikachu, no. And Pikachu like knocks the Charmander off and knocks the Eevee off. And they're like, Pikachu, no. Knocks the third one up. And you just hear a very cute girl voice like, Pika, Pika, motherfucker.
I did that shit at Renaissance. Pika. Hey, Pikachu, you want to get drunk? Fuck yeah.
This is Goku at every festival he goes to.
Want to get drunk, Goku? Fuck yeah. I mean, Pikachu.
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 Under smash.
Pikachu.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you. You can follow Brad Duct Tape and Iron Biohazard 03 on all
Yeah.
social media platforms. It's right there at the bottom. Got their tags. Also, to check out Keyblade Sonic on YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our new TikTok channel and make sure you check out our Facebook, our Twitch, and our YouTube. Plus, we will be on Spreaker hopefully by the end of February because we have an audio-only podcast debuting called 30 Minutes or Less. It's called In 30 Minutes or Less. Plus, we have daily content coming out. We're going to do several news videos from now on, and we're going to, on our Twitch channel, our gaming will be on there exclusively from now on. No longer YouTube, just Twitch. Also, we have a brand new channel in the works, and we're going to debut that. Plus, we have new events that we're working on for next year. All right, if you haven't already, make sure you check us out at Geeks 5 Ever. All social media platforms is at Geeks 5 Ever. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I am Jesse Goku, also known as King Mexico, and we're telling you to stay classy and wear a fucking mask.